coached by Jordan Rowland in his second year with a record of 12-6. We were expecting Jacob Dieball to be at quarterback, but again tonight it'll be Nolan Wolf. He'll get the start at quarterback. And then we will also see in the backfield Peyton Alvarado, 5'7", 175, and a junior. And Jacob Dieball will see some time in the backfield as an extra tailback on a limited basis. Let's see how creative Jordan Rowland uses him as that combination tonight. The split end is Taylor Williams, 6 foot 160 and a freshman. The other split end, Logan Wolf, 5'11", 170 and a junior. Slot receiver is Brady Oyen, 5'11", 165 and a senior. The tight end, Mitchell Wolf, 5'10", 180 and a senior. We will also see out there as well, we'll also get Andrew Taylor. He is 6 foot 160 and he is a junior. We'll see him as well as a receiver. Offensive line, T.J. Nelson, 6 foot 215 and a sophomore at left tackle. Will Bussin, 6'3", 230 and a junior at left guard. Lancaster will receive, so Dodgeville won the toss. They elected to defer to start the football game. The rest of the lineup, Ryan McCartney at center, 5'9", 210 and a senior. Isak Mayorquin, 5'9", 260, a senior at right guard. And Connor Raisbeck, 6'3", 195, a junior. He is at right tackle. That's the Nutrition World starting lineup. Brought to you by Nutrition World Health and Wellness for quality, selection, and knowledge. Offering optimal health and energy levels. Dodgeville kicking off. Doing the place kicking is Mason Winch. Lancaster going from right to left. Here's a short kickoff. It is taken at the 25-yard line on his knee. And taking it, I believe that was Brady Oyen on the return. And he had his knee down at about the 25-yard line, 23. Let's see where they put the football down. They haven't put the football down yet. We'll get to the colors of the game in just a moment. It'll be at the 24-yard line. The Lancaster Flying Arrows, that's where they will start, 1st and 10. Lancaster will be going from right to left. Dodgeville on defense going from left to right. Wide side, the near side of the field with Nolan Wolf from a pistol formation at quarterback for the Arrows. He'll take the snap, fake it. Now he will throw the football. He throws it long downfield, and the pass is incomplete. Broken up. That was intended long downfield for Logan Wolf. Good defensive coverage by the Dodgeville Dodgers right around the 40-yard line, and it will be 2nd down and 10 yards to go for the Flying Arrows. Colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, and also brought to you by Keeler Family Dental, where the colors are always bright white without putting your finances in the red. Lancaster, gold pants, blue uniform tops, gold helmets with the arrow on the helmets. Here's the give, and this time it's going to be coming to the near side. This is Colby Lull running with the football. No, it's going to be Dieball running with the football. Well, we were told he was going to be in there as a tailback, and he ran wide to the left and picks up positive yardage, a gain of 9 to bring up a 3rd down and 1 at the 33-yard line. He showed pretty good wheels that time, Scott.
Yes, he did. He looked pretty healthy there.
He had rolled his ankle a couple of weeks ago, but only slightly, but it's taking time for that to heal. 3rd and 1 from the 33-yard line. Nolan Wolf in a pistol formation with Dieball in behind him. Turn, the give is to Alvarado. He's got a little bit of a seam, works his way to the 35-yard line and does have a 1st down. In fact, they give him a very positive spot to the 36 and a 1st down for the Flying Arrows. Cuba City Family Dental and Keeler Family Dental bring you the colors of the game, where the colors are always bright white without putting your finances in the red. Dodgeville, black pants, white uniform tops, orange shoulder panels, orange helmets for the Dodgeville Dodgers. 1st and 10 Arrows at the 36-yard line. Give It's going to be Alvarado. Breaks his way to the left-hand side, past the 40-yard line, and then upended at the 44. We'll give you that Dodgeville defense here in just a second. You know, the tackle for the Dodgeville Dodgers was LaCarter Walker. The defense for Dodgeville, defensive ends are Isaac Duran and Alex Fry. Nose tackle is Alex Pipcorn. Linebackers are Matthew Pitts, Chase Forsythe, Mason Winch, Joey Hunterbaum, and Jack Heimrow. Safety is LaCarter Walker. Noah Pitts is the corner, and Brady Jabs is another corner. Second down and a yard at the 45-yard line. This time it's going to be a give to Colby Lull, and he gets spun around in the backfield and then brought down at the 44, and they lose a yard. So 3rd and 2 will be coming up for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Good recognition on defense for Dodgeville. On the stop was Chase Forsythe, 5'8", 180, and a senior. 3rd down and 2 at the 44-yard line for Lancaster. So they got different personnel that can carry the football with Lull, Alvarado, and even Dival from the backfield. Give this time Alvarado, sweeping to the right, has the seam to the outside to the 50-yard line and into Dodgeville territory and brought down at the 46. Alvarado picks up a first down for Lancaster and keeps the drive alive with a first down at the 46-yard line. 9:46 to go, first quarter, just underway. Talk about the playoff picture when we get a moment and when I find the scenarios. And there's plenty of scenarios to talk about. First down and 10 for the Lancaster Flying Arrows at the 46-yard line. Here's a fake handoff and a toss to the outside to Brady Oyen. He has it, 40-yard line, and then angled out of bounds into Lancaster territory, down to around the 35-yard line. He is chased out of bounds by Noah Pitts for Dodgeville. And first down yardage for Lancaster. They'll spot the football at the 35. This drive started on their own 24. This will be the 8th play of the drive. Wide side, far side, with 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. Handoff, Alvarado between the tackles. Burst of speed, 30-yard line to the 25, and down he goes. He might have a first down there. They put the ball right down on the stripe, and indeed it will be a first down. Or will it? Yep, first down for the Arrows at the 25-yard line. Quickly to the line of scrimmage is Nolan Wolf in for his second game at quarterback. He played a little bit of quarterback before in some games that got lopsided in the fourth quarter. Wolf takes a snap, hands off, Alvarado. Same play, once again, right straight up the middle. Powers his way to the 20-yard line and down inside the green zone to about the 18-yard line.
Tackle by 71, Duran.
On the tackle for Dodgeville is Mason Winch and Isaac Duran. And the Arrows now in the green zone. You know it as the red zone. For us, it's the green zone. And it's brought to you by Bytech Resource Management of Monroe. If you love cheese, you got to love Bytech. Second down, 3 yards to go at the 18-yard line for Lancaster. Wolf giving, and this time Colby Lull gets spun down, and a loss on the play back to the 20. They lose 2. 3rd and 5 coming up. Winch on the tackle for Dodgeville. Let's give you the playoff possibilities. There we go, found them. Well, this is for the Swall, and this is for the Six Rivers. Let's get to the SWC. We'll give you that here in just a second. There's Wolf on the rollout, and instead of pitching it out, he'll take it himself, and he'll work his way on the edge to about the 16-yard line. He is met quickly by Matthew Pitts, gains yardage down to the 16. It'll be 4th down. 4th and about a yard. Got to get to about the 15-yard line to get the first down. Playoff picture. Oddly enough, Lancaster on the bubble at 5-2. Overall, 3-2 in the conference. But a win tonight would certainly put them in with 1 week to go in the regular season. 4th and 1. Arrows now spread out with 2 receivers to the left. And now movement, and we get penalty flags. Wolf might have drawn him offside. Offside Dodgeville will be the call, and no need to run a play. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. They'll have the football at the 11-yard line after the offside penalty. So good job by Wolf drawing the Dodgers and their front 7 offside.
Yes, it was. Went on a long cadence and they jumped.
Dodgeville, oddly enough, already out of the playoffs, 3-4 overall, 1-4 in the conference. They, River Valley, and Richland Center are all already out. Here's a pass over the middle, and it's almost intercepted. Knocked down at around the 5-yard line to bring up 2nd down and 10 at the 11. I think Lancaster can get a 1st down. See if the ball spotted at the 11. Yes, they can get a 1st down at the 1. Dival now back in. We think is a tailback, but you never know. I even brought it up to Jordan Rolland. Hey, could we see him in a wildcat formation sometimes? Well, he wasn't ready to tip his hand. Sure looks like he's in a wildcat formation here. Yep, Dival gets the football. Dival then gives it in the middle, and taking it to Alvarado, powers his way down to about the 6-yard line. Now Wolf is set to come in. He will, and Dival will come out. Dival comes to the line, rather to the sideline, and Wolf now, talking to Jordan Rolland, will come in with a new play. Just outside the 5-yard line. 3rd down, and about 5 yards to go to get a 1st down at the 6. Wolf this time in the backfield at quarterback, handing it off to Alvarado. Swing to the right now, cuts back toward the inside, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Lancaster Flying Arrows. It's a Platteville Collision Center touchdown. Platteville Collision Center on East Mineral Street in Platteville. Alvarado, 6-yard touchdown run. That was a nice drive.
Yes, it was, and it ate up almost 7 minutes.
That's a 15-play drive, 76 yards. And yeah, it took 6 minutes and 19 seconds. And now here's Murphy on the try of the extra point. The snap is down, the kick in the air, and it's good. 5:41 to go, 1st quarter. Lancaster 7, Dodgeville nothing. We are back after this on 97.7 Country WGLR and WGLR.com.
Like any business, success in dairying is often determined by who you know rather than what you know. That's why it's good to know the pros at Fuller's. Your Kia dealer, Fuller's is your source for the automated milking systems line and all of the latest in automated milking systems. Make your operation more efficient and profitable and get the most out of your dairy herd by partnering with the experts at Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Kia dealer in Lancaster, Richland Center, and Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com.
Have you been offered a lump sum pension buyout? Let's talk. Call Ben Reeves, CFP, your Platteville Edward Jones financial advisor at 348-2441, or stop by our office on Roder Street on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville.
In game 2.
Here's the kickoff by Lancaster, and it's going to be returned by the Dodgers from the 15 to the 20-yard line. Off to the left-hand side, past the 30, and brought down right around the 32. That's Matthew Pitts on the return for the Dodgeville Dodgers, and a 1st and 10 for Dodgeville. Where will they put the football down? They'll put it right on the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Dodgeville Dodgers. Lancaster leading 7-0. 15 plays, 76 yards, that initial drive for the Arrows in 6 minutes and 19 seconds. So now here's the Dodgers on offense with Trenton Riddell at quarterback. Wide side, near side. Riddell on the option, keeps it himself, gets hammered at the 30-yard line and then slips through to about the 32. Despite the hard hit, he got a couple of yards. On the stop for the Flying Arrows was Logan Wolf. Defensively for Lancaster, defensive end, Bryce Golly, Mason Gallagher, the nose tackle, and defensive end is Paxton Henke. Outside linebacker, Andrew Spurgeon and Wyatt Mensch. Middle linebackers are Joe Esser and Devin Tiedrick. Logan Wolf at safety, Jackson Vanetta at safety, Quentin Plessel gets a start at cornerback, and Brennan Gildersleeve also at cornerback. Second down at 8 yards to go from the 32-yard line. Here's a little skinny post to the outside and a nice catch. In traffic at Sawyer Garthwaite, the catch, a sophomore for Dodgeville. Short of a first down by a couple of yards at about the 38. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 38. Under 4.5 minutes to go. First quarter, Lancaster 7, Dodgeville nothing. Going under center is Trenton Riddell. And Riddell, deep handoff and trying to work his way through is Walker. And he is chopped down at the 40-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. Mensch on the tackle for Lancaster. And the ball is just past the stripe, so that is a first down for Dodgeville. First and 10, the Dodgers have it at the 40-yard line on their initial drive of the ball game. Lancaster leading 7-0. We'll give you shoebox scoreboard updates throughout the evening of all the other games. And we'll try to get you caught up, too, on those wild card playoff games in Major League Baseball. First and 10 at the 40 for the Dodgeville Dodgers. Man coming in motion here to the near side. And the give. Walker this time is cut down behind the line of scrimmage. Colby Lowe raced in there and got to him and dropped him for a loss. It'll be a loss of 3 back to the 37. It'll be 2nd down and 13. McCarter Walker, the ball carrier that time, gives you a nice burst of speed from that halfback position. 2nd down and 13 back at the 37-yard line for Dodgeville. Back to pass now, Riddell. Pump fake, now he's in trouble. Scrambles out of trouble, throws, and it's complete to the 50-yard line, to the 45, 40, to the near side, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and out of bounds. Brady Oyen caught up with Matthew Pitts and got to him, but a nice catch and run. And Scott, great presence of on the part of Riddell to not panic in the backfield when the pocket collapsed on him.
Yeah, I was able to duck under the defender and get away, and Matthew was kind of open in the middle, and Matthew's got good speed, and just ran out of real estate when he went out of bounds.
That's a 49-yard gain to the 14 and inside the green zone for the Dodgeville Dodgers. Here's Riddell. One step drop, throws it here to the near side. Catch is made and then wrestled out of bounds. On that catch is Noah Pitts, 6'1", 185 and a junior. And positive yardage for the Dodgers.
We got a penalty.
Yep. I see the flag, Scott.
I got a feeling it's going to be against Dodgeville.
Officials talking it over. The penalty flag is at the 17-yard line.
Oh, roughing the passer.
Now that means half the distance to the goal.
Yep.
And a first down. First and goal for Dodgeville at the 6-yard line for the Dodgeville Dodgers. Wide side, far side. Riddell on the stretch, running to his right now, and he's got 8 guys chasing after him, and they run him out of bounds for a loss of yardage back to around the 10-yard line. Boy, he had a lot of pursuit that time, Scott. See all the Lancaster Flying Arrows, the blue shirts that were on his tail. It's a loss back to the 9. They lose 3 yards. Second down and goal from the 9.
Yeah, I think it was a busted play, and he just had nothing else to do but run, and they had great pursuit against him.
2:13 to go, first quarter. Lancaster 7, Dodgeville nothing. Second and goal from the 9-yard line. Now we have a little delay. The referee is going to come and walk over here toward the Lancaster sideline, and now he says we're set to go. Yep, wind the clock, gentlemen. Here's Riddell going under center. Takes the snap, and getting pounded in the backfield for a loss on that run.
Tackle by 31, Joe Esser.
Let's see who's in on that carry. 33?
Was running the ball.
I don't initially have a 33. Chase Forsythe. And he is brought down for a loss. Back at the 10. Third down and goal at the 10-yard line. Riddell back to pass. Chase now throws over the middle, and the pass is broken up. Broken up in the end zone.
Riddell's pass intended for number 12.
With Clinton Plessel, who is breaking that up. That was intended for Sawyer Garthwaite, and it will bring up fourth down and goal from the 10. Let's see what the Dodgers have. Would they consider a field goal? They will, well, they got their place kicker out there, and that is Mason Winch. And they're going to set the ball down at the 15-yard line. On the hole will be Trenton Riddell. From the left hash, this will be a 25-yard field goal attempt. Snap is down. Line drive kick on the way. It's up. It is. No signal.
No signal, but we got a penalty. False start.
So that means they'll have to try this field goal from a little further. It'll be a 30-yard attempt here this time. The officials didn't give any signal. The least they could have done was given a signal there, Scott.
Yeah, it would have been nice if he made it or didn't.
Well, our field goal attempts are brought to you by Vondra Ag Service in Platteville. See Brady Vondra to reach your field goals. So this will be a 30-yard attempt from the 20-yard line from the left hash. Snap is down. Kick is blocked. The ball rolling on the ground, and the Arrows pick it up, and they're running down the sideline, the far sideline with it. This is going to be 6 to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, 5, touchdown, Lancaster Flying Arrows. I believe it is Colby Lowe on the return.
Well, that play is going to come back. We had a holding against Lancaster about midfield, but it'll still be Lancaster's ball. It was blocked, and it did go past the line of scrimmage, so it can be advanced.
Well, here's the other thing too, Scott. That looked weird. It looked like everybody gave up on the ball at first. They just looked around and said, it's no good. Oh, wait a minute, it's a live ball. Let's pick it up and run with it. So what would have been an 85-yard blocked kick return will be a possession for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. There was a block in the back at around midfield, and it'll put the football at the 40-yard line. So the field goal attempt was blocked. The Arrows get it back. 1:08 to play, first quarter. Lancaster leading 7-0. Last time the Arrows had the football, they went 76 yards and 15 plays to get a score. Jacob Dieball now back on the field along with Nolan Wolf. Which position will he play? Going to line up as a halfback. And Wolf now throws it behind the line of scrimmage. Here's another Wolf throwing it downfield. Jump ball for Oyen, and the pass is intercepted by the Dodgers.
Yeah, he was. Owen was wide, or Wolf was wide open, but the pass just was underthrown, and it allowed the defensive back to recover and make the interception.
LaCarter Walker with the pick, and Dodgeville has it right back at the 36-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Dodgeville Dodgers. On that turnover by Lancaster. 1st and 10 at their own 36. Now here's Riddell from the pistol formation, and they're going to run the football to the left-hand side. Penalty flag comes flying out, and being chased out of bounds is LaCarter Walker, and this play is coming back. So it's been a penalty-filled first quarter here with 53.5 to go. Holding. Dodgeville, they lose 11 yards as a result. 2nd down and 21. Back to the 25-yard line for the Dodgers. 3 receivers set here to the near side of the field. Riddell will operate out of the pistol. Takes the snap. Straight back to pass. Throws the ball tipped up in the air and incomplete. Intended for Matthew Pitts. And it's going to bring up 3rd down.
No, 2nd, because they
My
had
mistake,
that
my mistake. I realize my mistake now. I inadvertently said 3rd down. No, it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd down and 21 back at the 25-yard line. I recognize my mistake that time, Scott, the moment I said it. And I make lots of them. Trust me. Millions of them per game.
You're not the only one.
Now a 4-receiver set here to the near side. Pistol formation. Riddell, pump fake, now throws over the middle. The pass almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of Jackson Vanetta, right around the 35-yard line, bringing up 3rd and 21 with 43.5 seconds to play. Here in the first quarter. 7-0, Lancaster out in front on a 6-yard Peyton Alvarado touchdown run. Wide side, the near side for the Dodgers. Split out here to the near side is Sawyer Garthwaite. Walker stays in the backfield. He's got Riddell next to him. He'll set up in a pistol formation. And a 3-receiver set to the left-hand side of the field. Now, back to pass, Riddell. He's throwing long down the far sideline. He overshot everybody. Hard to complete that pass.
Yeah, he just overthrew it. He had time. He had a receiver that had beat his defender, but just overthrew him.
Joey Hunterbaum was the intended receiver, the tight end, bringing up 4th down and 21. Back at the 25-yard line. Back into punt formation will be Joey Hunterbaum. Oyen deep to receive for Lancaster. Here's the kick. It's on the way. High, rather short kick. It's going to take a bounce at the 50, take a high bounce, and now start rolling to the 40, rolling to the 35. And Dodgeville will kill it there. And Forsythe downs it. At about the 40-yard line, will it be 1st and 10 for the Lancaster Flying Arrows with 24.9 seconds to play, first quarter, and the Arrows are leading 7-0.
Yeah, it was a nice high punt, allow the coverage to get down there and not allow the receiver to catch the ball, and ended up going 10 more yards on the roll.
Just a shade under 25 seconds to go. First quarter, Lancaster leading 7-0. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Nolan Wolf in at quarterback. Alvarado in as the running back. Handoff. Alvarado up the middle to the 40-yard line and then driven down. Good 5-yard run on 1st down for the Flying Arrows on the stop for the Dodgeville Dodgers. Mason Winch. Lancaster getting up to the line of scrimmage quickly. They want to run another play before the end of the quarter. And now the clock will run out on the first quarter. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. The score is Lancaster 7, Dodgeville nothing. We're back for the second quarter after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and WGLR.com. All right.
I think the official made a mistake in thinking pros. Kid was offsides and they never called it. Because he came back, and you can't do that in high school.
Oh my gosh, shut this off.
From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious. Culver's, Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville. Brushing and flossing are just a part of keeping your mouth healthy. This is Dr. Matt at Cuba City Family Dental. Regular dental checkups help you maintain a beautiful smile. But we know even with great oral care, accidents can still happen. That's why Cuba City Family Dental offers same-day crowns, veneers, teeth whitening, and more. Make your appointment and see why people in the tri-states can't say enough good stuff about the staff at Cuba City Family Dental. Call us at 608-744-2111. In-game plan.
Flying Arrow Football brought to you by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Second down and 5 for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. At the 40-yard line, now going from left to right. Wolf in at quarterback. Takes the snap, hands it off to Alvarado. Got a seam to the right and ahead to the 45-yard line. The ball then knocked away, and coming up with a loose ball, the Dodgeville Dodgers. Penalty flag comes flying out. The Dodgers run it back to the 25-yard line, and we'll have to check out the penalty. I believe the penalty is going to be on Dodgeville after the change of possession. Carter Walker came up with that loose ball. That's his second turnover that he's gotten tonight. He's got an interception and a fumble return.
Yeah, it was a great defensive hit, knocked the ball from behind. It rolled right to Carter, and he picked it up and started running off to the side. Unfortunately, it looks like it could be a block in the back.
Shades of Vickerman last week, picking up that fumble that changed the game last week for River Valley.
Yes.
Sorting out the penalty, the officials say, I believe they say block in the back. The foul occurred at about the 43-yard line.
I think they call it a blind side.
No matter what, you're not supposed to hit him there.
Nope, it's going to cost them 15.
Yep, it's a big one. The official marking it off right now and spotting the football back to the 42. Just underway, second quarter, Lancaster leads 7-0. Our football tonight being brought to you by Community First Bank, serving you in Boscobel, Fenimore, Lancaster, Livingston, Muscadet, Platteville, and Prairie du Chien. First for you, member FDIC. First and 10 from the 42-yard line of Dodgeville for the Dodgeville Dodgers. Now working from right to left. Riddell is under center. Pitches to the far side of the field. Walker takes, stutter step move, gets to the 45-yard line, and then runs out of real estate near midfield. And looks like he went out of bounds at about the 47, so he picked up 5. Second down, 5 yards to go for the Dodgeville Dodgers. A minute, rather 11 minutes, 39 seconds to go, second quarter. We'll start working on getting some scores for you. As soon as I find them. Second down and 5 for the 47-yard line. Here are the Dodgers to the line of scrimmage, wide side, near side. Now back to pass. Riddell steps up in the pocket, throws downfield, far side. The pass incomplete, batted away at the last second. And Veneta on the coverage for the Lancaster Flying Arrows, as that pass was downfield, intended for Hunter Baum, I believe.
Yeah, and Dodgeville is called for holding on the play, and Lancaster's going to accept it, so they'll move back 10 yards, and we'll have a repeat of second down.
My ability to see penalties has been greatly diminished this season. Did not see that flag. This will push the Dodgers back to the 36. We'll redo second down. It'll be second down at about 16. Back to the 36-yard line for Dodgeville. Wide side, near side for Riddell. Takes the snap. Drops back the pass. Rolling to his right. Stops, and he is eaten up and brought down. The pressure got to him and brought him down. And that time it was the big guy. Paxton Henke, 6'5", 190. got the first penetration to him and brought him down at the 28. They lose another 6. Third and 22 coming up for the Dodgeville Dodgers. 11 minutes to go, second quarter. Football on 97.7 Country, WGLR. Being brought to you by Myers Heating and Cooling. Servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling. Well, they say, don't worry, we got this. Third down and 22. Any magic bullet here to pick up a first down? Probably not. Riddell, back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Penalty flag comes out. Still on his feet. Gets to the 35-yard line. And Oyen gets to him and wrestles him down. I got to believe that, penalty is going to be on Dodgeville. I got to believe the Arrows will decline this. Unless it was a pre-snap penalty, but I don't think it was. Yep, Jordan Rollins, he's about eight yards out of the field saying, guys, decline this one. We want the football. They'll take the play. Line of scrimmage to 36. Fourth down. And 18. And now in punt formation will be Hunterbaum for Dodgeville. Back to receive, Brady Oyen. Just inside his own 35-yard line. The kick coming from right to left. Good snap. Kicks it away. Low line drive kick. It's going to take a bounce, and Oyen's going to scoop it up at the 32-yard line. Give up a little bit of ground. Stiff arm. 35-yard line, and down he goes. Forsythe got to him and brought him down. So good coverage. Just a 4-yard return for the Arrows. And they'll take over. First and 10 at their own 35-yard line with 10:04 to play till halftime, and the Peterson Agency halftime report. Let's see, we got some scores. Shoebox scoreboard update after 1, Darlington 16, Belleville nothing. Those are two teams that are ranked in the top 10, scoring off tonight. Here's Wolf. Now it's Dieball with the football, and he runs up the middle and gains yardage to about the 39-yard line. So they're going to use Dieball in a lot of varying ways tonight. As a quarterback, as a tailback, he'll run up the middle, he'll run to the edge, might even pass the football. A pickup of 3 yards to the 38. Second down, 7 yards to go. The line of scrimmage, the 38-yard line, as Dieball comes to the sideline. And Nolan Wolf back in at quarterback. Just kind of picking their spots for Dieball. Alvarado in the backfield. They hand it off to him between the tackles, and he's brought down short of the 40-yard line. That's good pursuit off of the edge by Dodgeville at times, Scott. Let's see, who's making that tackle? That looked like it was Alex Fry, 5'8", 190. Came from the edge on the outside and made a tackle from behind on Alvarado. Not easy to do. A pickup of just 1. Second down, make it third down and 6 at the 39-yard line. Clock running, 8:53 to play, second quarter. Lancaster 7, Dodgeville nothing. From the middle of the field, here's Nolan Wolf with 2 receivers left and one to the left, 2 to the right. Now here's a deep ball thrown to the near side, out of bounds, intended for Brady Oyen at around the 45-yard line. That one tough to really track down. Brady jabs on the coverage, the cornerback for Dodgeville. It is now fourth down and 6. And I got to believe the Arrows will be punting the football. They will. Bryce Golly in the punt. Walker deep to receive, right around his own 20-yard line. Oyen waiting for the snap, one-man protection. Kicks it away. Oh, boy, nice booming kick. And Walker takes it his 26-yard line up the middle of the field. Now he breaks to his right, gets to the 40-yard line, slips tackles there, and then wrestled down at the 45-yard line. That's a 19-yard return for LaCarter Walker. LaCarter Walker on the return. And Dodgeville, good field position. First and 10. They're going to have the football at their own 45-yard line with 8:25 to go. Second quarter. Wide side, the near side for Trenton Riddell. 6 foot 170, a senior. Good senior-laden team for Dodgeville. 2 receivers near side, one coming in motion toward the slot. Now we get a stoppage, and appears Lancaster's calling a timeout.
Yep, we got a timeout, Lancaster.
So they call the TO with 8:25 to go, second quarter. Football being brought to you tonight by Hodsey Service and Towing of Montford. Your trusted friend for service and towing. Hodsey Service and Towing, Montford, better equipped to better serve. Mound City Bank's total line of credit, allowing you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mound City Bank and apply. Offer subject to approval, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Learn more at moundcitybank.com. The Cuba City Fire Department invites you to their annual pancake breakfast this Sunday from 7 till noon at the Cuba City Fire and Rescue Building. Pancakes, sausage, eggs, and more. Dine in or carry out from the Cuba City Fire Department pancake breakfast this Sunday from 7 till noon. Shoebox, scoreboard, update. What do we got? Platteville 21, Poynette 7. That is early in the second quarter. And Potosi Cassville leads River Ridge 7-6 in the first quarter. Here's a man going in motion for Dodgeville. And Riddell on the option keeps it himself and gets to the outside. A penalty flag comes on. I think this is going to be for a late hit. Riddell got hit late, I thought, on that play as he got brought down at the 47-yard line. Let's check that out. I thought it was a late hit, Scott. Personal foul. Yep. Late hit, Lancaster. So here comes the big one.
Yep, 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
Because I think he got tripped up and hit the ground, and about a second later, he got jacked from behind. Move the chains, move the first down marker, move everything, and all ahead to the 37-yard line of Lancaster. 1st and 10 at the 37 for Dodgeville. Coming up on 8 minutes to play till halftime. Riddell back to pass, 3-step drop, throws over the middle. Nice catch and backing his way into the 24-yard line. That's a nice catch on the at the 25. Noah Pitts backing his way in and has a first down at the 24, a pickup of 13. 1st and 10 for the Dodgers. Should make mention when the Lancaster Flying Arrows get a first down. That is brought to you by Happy Joe's of Lancaster and Galena. But here, it's a Dodgeville first down. 1st and 10 at the 24, wide side, near side. And Riddell taking the snap and pump fake. Now he'll run up the middle with it and tripped up after a gain of about 2. Gallinger on the tackle for Lancaster. Pickup of 2. Second down, 8 yards to go to the 22-yard line for the Dodgers. 7:12 to go. First half. 7-0 Lancaster on a Peyton Alvarado 6-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. 2nd and 8 from the 22. 2 receivers here to the near side. And 2 to the right. So double wide left and right for Dodgeville. Riddell up. Hold the phone. Penalty flags.
They'll be against Dodgeville.
Yep, they flinched.
Center moved the ball just a little bit and just couldn't get the right snap.
Those are the things, though, Scott, that bog you down. Those little pre-snap penalties. Dodgeville had a little nice something going there, and then they get set back 5 yards. 2nd down, 13. Back to the 27-yard line. Jabs stays in there. He's a wideout in the slot. Now here's a short pass to the near side. Walker takes 25-yard line, 20. Near sideline, stays in bounds. And he is brought down right along the sideline at about the 13-yard line. Vanetta on the stop for Lancaster. Nice catch and run by Walker. LaCarter Walker, 5'8", 165, and a senior. And a 1st and 10 inside the green zone, a pickup of 14 yards. The Green Zone presented by Bytech Resource Management of Monroe, a greener way. Two receivers here to the near side. Wide side, the far side of the field. Now here's a pass to that far side of the field and catch made by Pitts. And he grabs it and then dances away down inside the 10 to about the 8. That should be about a gain of about 5. Let's see, the line there is the 10, so it's a 9-yard line. So they picked up 4 on that short pass. Second down, 6 yards to go at the 9-yard line. A nice looking drive here with 5.5 minutes to play till halftime. Now the wide side is the near side. Boy, it is very wide. There's like 40 yards of acreage here to the near side of the field. They're all packed into the far side. Now here's might be a busted play. This time Riddell keeps it, and he's swallowed up after a minimal gain on the interior. Paxton Henke there, also Gallinger. Well, I don't even think they moved the stick that time, Scott. They didn't.
No, they didn't.
Third down now coming up. Third, and they can pick up a first down. It's 3rd and 6 at the 9-yard line for the Dodgeville Dodgers with 4:50 to play till halftime. Again, they're packed over to the far side of the field, and here to the near side, Noah Pitts is the single receiver. Feed, Walker running to the left side. Can he pick up a block? Tries to get the corner turn, and he's brought down. Penalty flag is down. He brought down at the 11. And instead, that was Garthwaite. Garthwaite was the running back on that play. Check out the flag. Flag is down around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I would have thought it was holding against Dodgeville, but the way they're talking, they're going to wave it off.
Not Garthwaite, but Forsythe on that carry. They wave off the penalty now to bring up 4th down. Fourth down and 8. Back at the 11. Will they try a field goal here? They will not. Riddell to the line of scrimmage on 4th down and about 8. They got to get to the 3-yard line for a first down. A little surprised they don't try to take some points here. Riddell, pistol formation with Walker to his right. Back the pass. Riddell got good protection. Throws over the middle. The pass is broken up. Tried to force that one in. Too many bodies there. The intended receiver was Pitts. Matthew Pitts, number 7. A lot of blue jerseys in the vicinity, and they knocked it down. And the Arrows prevailed defensively. 4:06 to play till halftime. The Arrows protecting a 7-0 lead. The Arrows take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line after the Dodgers turn the ball over as on downs.
Yeah, it hit Matthew Pitts in the hands. It bounced up, and then the Lancaster defender was able to knock it down.
1st and 10 from the 11. Wolf back in at quarterback. Alvarado now settles in and hand off. Alvarado takes it up the middle, and not much running room there. As the hole closed up quickly. Lots of bodies. You had Flying Arrow offensive linemen and Alvarado all getting piled up on that play. You see Ryan McCartney. He was part of that human pretzel. Not much yardage there. 2nd down and 10 from the 11. Wolf taking the snap, giving Alvarado, races to the left-hand side. This time he picks up some positive yardage out to about the 14. And 3rd down coming up. He'll be 3rd and about 4. Line of scrimmage, the 18-yard line. Give Alvarado, swinging to the left-hand side, works his way ahead to about the 20, And he should have a first down.
He's going to be a little short.
See where they spot it? It's at the 20. The original line of scrimmage, the 11. So, yep, short by about a yard. 4th down and 1. Got to punt the football here. Thought maybe he'd get that first down. Arrows are lining up as if not to punt the football. It's 4th down and 1. Wolf with a long count. Looking over to the sideline. I got to believe they're going to be calling a timeout here. See if they can draw Dodgeville outside, but the Dodgers aren't buying, and there's the timeout called by Lancaster. 2:08 to go. Second quarter, Lancaster 7, Dodgeville nothing. We're back after this on 97.7 Country WGLR and WGLR.com.
We reaffirm the promises we have made to you. We will follow the way of our Savior. We will resist evil and oppression. We will show love and justice. We will witness to the work and the word of Jesus Christ as best we are able. Help us, Lord, in these endeavors. A message of hope from Fenimore, Stitcher, United Methodist Church. October is Pork Month, and WGLR Farm Director Bob Mittendorf wants you to bring home the bacon with the All-American Seamless Covers and Dubuque Glass Company.
Come on, don't snap it yet. Don't snap it.
It's your chance to win up to 15 pounds of locally sourced bacon from Bloomington Meats 2 LLC and Southwest Wisconsin pork producers. To enter, simply sign up now at WGLR.com. It's the All-American Seamless Covers and Dubuque Glass Company Bring Home the Bacon giveaway from the only station in the Tri-States giving you a taste of hog heaven. 97.7 Country in Game 4.
Here's the punt by Oyen that's taken a couple of bounces, and Walker has it. Lost the football at about the 45-yard line, but gets it back. Oh, that was almost a disaster.
Yes, it could have really been. I mean, it was inside the Dodgeville's 50s, and if they were able to recover it, they would have had a short field to go.
So Walker fumbled that punt, but got it back at the 42-yard line. And the Dodgers have it with 1:59 to play till halftime. Lancaster leading 7-0. Dodgeville going from right to left. They had a nice drive going last time, but ran out of downs. Here's Riddell with Pitts coming in motion near side. Riddell back to pass, throws it out here to Pitts, takes it 45-yard line, and a couple of arrow tacklers converge on him and bring him down at about the 49. Brady Oyen was one of them, Vanetta the other. It is a pickup of 7 yards to bring up second down and 3 yards to go at the 49-yard line. Clock running, 1:37 to play till halftime. Dodgeville, I believe they have all 3 timeouts.
Yes, they do.
1:31 and counting down. Another receiver will come in there for Dodgeville. Garthwaite, then there is a receiver, and back to pass Riddell. Rushes on, throws downfield, and off the fingertips of the intended receiver. That was Rickard, who is the intended receiver. Dalen Rickard, a senior, off his fingertips. That could have been 6 if he catches it in stride.
Yeah, he just wasn't looking for the ball, and the ball was right there. All you had to do was catch it, and he would have had smooth sailing into the end zone.
3rd and 3. From the 49-yard line, 1:16 to play till halftime of the Peterson Agency halftime report. Here's 2 men in motion initially, and now they get set. No, that didn't look right. The penalty flag comes out. There's going to be no play here. There was 2 in motion that time, Scott.
Yeah, that should have been called right away for an illegal shift, and they kind of let the play go, and all of a sudden they call it.
You can have 2 in motion in the Canadian Football League, but the American rules, pro, college, and high school, say no.
You can have as many motions as you want as long as there's only one moving, and he's got to be set for a second before the next one can move.
So they'll move the football back to the 44. 3rd down, 8 yards to go at the 44-yard line for Dodgeville with 1:11 to play till halftime. Lancaster leading 7-0. 4 receivers set to the right and a single receiver to the left. Back to pass. Riddell throws it toward that single receiver, and it's over his head. Sawyer Garthwaite was the intended receiver. The guy's got wheels, but just couldn't catch up to that. Brady Oyen on the coverage for the Arrows.
Yeah, that brings up 4th down. I would assume they would go for it with a minute left.
I'm not going to tell you what to do, but...
A minute 4 to play. Oyen dropping back as if to be in punt formation. And yes, Hunterbaum will be back to punt the football with a 3-man protection in front of him at the 32. Low snap, bounces to him, kicks it away, and it gets partially blocked, and the ball rolling on the ground. Can the Dodgers pick this up and run with it? They don't.
No.
They simply down it, and Arrows have it near midfield. That'll only go down as a 6-yard punt.
Yeah, Lancaster could have picked it up, but you can't advance. It was partially blocked.
It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Flying Arrows at the 49 of Dodgeville. 55.6 seconds to play till halftime, and the Arrows have 2 timeouts. Nolan Wolf at quarterback, pistol formation. Alvarado next to him is right. Back to pass. Wolf rolls out to the right, throws it for Oyen downfield and way off the mark around the 20. 2nd and 10 coming up from the 49-yard line. Our football tonight is being brought to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Kranz and the West End Salvage team for recycling. West End Salvage handles construction and demolition waste too. That's West End Salvage of Lancaster. And Bondra Ag Service sponsoring any field goals made in the game tonight. We've seen one attempt. See Brady Bondra, your local Beck's hybrid dealer in Platteville, to help reach your field goals. 2nd and 10 from the 49 of Dodgeville for Lancaster. Wolf handing it off to Alvarado, swinging to the left now, surges, 45-yard line, and bowled down close to the 40. A pickup of 9, and Lancaster will take a timeout. The timeout comes with 42.3 seconds to play till halftime, and the Lancaster Flying Arrows are leading 7-0. A 3rd down will be coming up here. 3rd down and 2 with the line of scrimmage at the 41-yard line of Dodgeville for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Football tonight is being brought to you by Doolittle's Pub and Eatery, open for lunch or dinner, 11 to close, Tuesday through Saturday, with delicious pizza starting at 4. The outdoor patio now open for the season for your enjoyment. Doolittle's on the square in Lancaster. Platteville Collision Center, expert color matching, frame and unibody straightening, baked on finishing to keep paint shining longer. Trust the repair people at Platteville Collision Center. Southwest Asphalt Sealing and Striping, East Mineral Street in Platteville. Call Jeff for crack and asphalt sealing and striping needs at Southwest Asphalt Sealing and Striping in Platteville. We get back to action with a 3rd down and 2 at the 41-yard line for the Lancaster Flying Arrows with 42.3 seconds to play till halftime, and the Arrows up 7-0. Wolf in at quarterback. Alvarado next to him. Now the option. Alvarado. He's going to wind up. He's going to throw the football downfield. And the pass is caught in the end zone for a touchdown for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Taylor Williams on a halfback option pass from Alvarado. It's a 41-yard pitch and pass play. And the Arrows go up 13-0. And that is a Platteville Collision Center touchdown. Platteville Collision Center on East Mineral Street in Platteville. Well executed.
Yes, it was, and it was a nice throwing ball right in stride.
Taylor Williams hauled it in. Swinging gate formation now for the extra point. Michael Murphy on the try of the extra point. Nolan Wolf is the holder. Ryan McCartney is the holder, or rather is the snapper. Lines down. Kick up. It's good. Lancaster 14. Dodgeville nothing. 34.3 seconds to go till halftime. We're back after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and WGLR.com.
Todd Wolf and his crew pride themselves in providing full service for their customers at the highest of quality. Wolf Construction LLC of Lancaster, proud to back our local athletes.
pension buyout? Let's talk. Call Elena Reeves, CFP, at 608-348-2441 or stop by our Edward Jones office in Platteville on Highways 80 and 81 next to Nutrition World.
Queen Bee Radio is giving you the chance to win tickets to the Detroit at Green Bay football game January 8th. To win, sign up at the Ellenboro Saloon, I Don't Care Pub and Grub in North Andover, Country Kitchen in Platteville, Ma's Bakery in Bloomington, and Krantz Auto Parts in Fenimore. We'll randomly draw qualifiers for our grand prize party at I Don't Care Pub and Grub in North Andover on December 4th. It's the Queen Bee Radio Sports Getaway from the only stations in the Tri-States putting fans in the stands. In Game 5.
Here's the kickoff of the Flying Arrows, and the Dodgers take it 20, 25-yard line, 30, and upended there. On the return for the Dodgeville Dodgers is Pitts.
And we got dirty laundry on the field again. Looks like
That's
it could be a block in the back.
Matthew Pitts was on the return for Dodgeville. 29.1 seconds to play till halftime, and the Arrows up 14-0. High school football being brought to you by Les Mack Chevy Buick downtown and Les Mack Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram and Les Mack Ford on Highway 61 North, Lancaster. Custom order your new vehicle today from Les Mack, where you always get more from less. Pedally putting the Dodgers back to the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 with 29.1 seconds to play. 3 receivers set to the far side of the field. Now one of them coming to the near side, and that's Pitts. And back to pass. And throw downfield over the head of everyone. Riddell just airmailed that too far, intended for Matthew Pitts, and it's 2nd down and 10 at the 21.
With them having to go almost 80 yards, they did try one play. You know, if I was the coach, just down the ball, run the clock out, and regroup at halftime. I mean, you're only down 14. That was a big touchdown for Lancaster because Dodgeville comes out with the ball second half.
Well, Lancaster's shown the propensity to score right before halftime just about every game this year. 2nd and 10 from the 21. And this time they do take the knee, and that'll be the end of the first half. And the score is Lancaster 14, Dodgeville nothing in SWC Conference football action. Football tonight on 97.7 Country, WGLR, Lancaster. Brought to you by Claire Bank with 8 locations in southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting high school sports. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, experience the difference. People State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their 20 area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Also brought to you by Tricor Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. That's TricorInsurance.com. Football also brought to you tonight by Lancaster Auto Body. They've been serving the Lancaster area since 1960 for certified collision repair, detailing, spray and bed liners, PPG, lifetime paint warranty, washing and waxing, and more. Lancaster Auto Body, where we meet by accident. Farmers Family Dental. Dr. Wade Farmer offers facial aesthetic services as well as all of your dental needs for big city dentistry with a hometown feel. Yeah, get in touch with Farmers Family Dental of Lancaster. D&D Electric of Lancaster, specializing in industrial wiring, maintenance, install, and control. Flying Arrow proud, that's D&D Electric of Lancaster. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist in Lancaster. The pros at Brian's get the job done right for unexpected dings or major repair projects. Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Hey, we got some sponsors from the Dodgeville area. I'd like to talk about them here for a moment. They include Farmers Savings Bank, your local community bank with locations in Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollandale, Ridgeway, and Mount Horeb. They offer competitive mortgage rates and provide exceptional service. Call or stop into any location today, and congratulations to all area athletes from Farmers Savings Bank, member FDIC. Been to the Mineral Point location many a time or two myself. Also, Bob's Electric of Dodgeville. They offer top quality appliances from GE, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and Speed Queen. When it's time to purchase or upgrade your appliances, check out the package pricing that Bob's Electric in Dodgeville offers. That's Bob's Electric of Dodgeville. Gorgon Funeral Services, caring for families from all walks of life since 1942. Leaders in their profession, dedicated to excellence in service and the highest integrity. Gorgon Funeral Services in Dodgeville and Mineral Point. I know that Grant Gorgon, big baseball fan. I know that for a fact. They big supporters of Dodgeville area, youth baseball, home talent league baseball in the area, and a whole lot more. Always great to have them in on our broadcast tonight. Halftime, Lancaster 14, Dodgeville nothing. The Peterson Agency halftime report is next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and WGLR.com. Okay.
We'll randomly draw qualifiers for our grand prize party at the Ellenboro Saloon on November 10th at 6 p.m. It's the Queen Bee Radio Sports Getaway from the only station in the Tri-States putting fans in the stands.
Brushing and flossing are just a part of keeping your mouth healthy. This is Dr. Matt at Cuba City Family Dental. Regular dental checkups help you maintain a beautiful smile. But we know even with great oral care, accidents can still happen. That's why Cuba City Family Dental offers same-day crowns, veneers, teeth whitening, and more. Make your appointment and see why people in the Tri-States can't say enough good stuff about the staff at Cuba City Family Dental. Call us at 608-744-2111. Hello, Neil Grant here, manager of Home Show Outlet in Dubuque. And if you're looking for quality furniture that doesn't break the bank, you don't have to compromise. Because at Home Show Outlet, we carry beautiful and affordable furniture for any room in your home. Improve your night's sleep with the Aurora mattress by Respond. And your choice of clean fern or plush top for just $5.98. Give the kitchen or dining room a new look with a 7-piece solid wood dining set by Liberty Furniture. On sale now for only $7.98. So kick back and relax on a new power reclining sofa like the Trent by American-made cat napper, now for this special sale at the incredibly low price of just $9.98. As Home Show Outlet is the home of buy it today and take it today, we have the furniture you want that is ready to be enjoyed in your home right away. We also offer fast and friendly delivery to just about anywhere in the tri-state area. So if you're in the market for great furniture at a fantastic price, hurry in now to Home Show Outlet on Highway 20 across from Walmart under Hobby Lobby in Dubuque. Have you been offered a lump sum pension buyout from your current or previous employer? Let's talk. Contact your Platteville area Edward Jones financial advisors, Elena Reeves, CFP, or Ben Reeves, CFP, at 330 South Water Street on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville, next to Nutrition World Health and Wellness. Stop in or call our office at 608-348-2441. Go Badgers and go Packers.
If summer travel has taken the wear off your Toyota tires, now is a great time to replace those treads during the tire savings event at Anderson Weber Toyota. During October, buy 3 tires and the 4th one is only $1. All Toyota tire purchases include their tire price match guarantee. Restrictions apply. See Anderson Weber Toyota for details. Buy 3 tires, get the 4th for $1 during the Toyota tire savings event going on now at Anderson Weber Toyota, next to Target in Dubuque. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Halftime, 3 minutes.
.97.7 Country, WGLR, and WGLR.com. We're at halftime, and the Lancaster Flying Arrows lead the Dodgeville Dodgers 14-0. Welcome to our Peterson Agency halftime report, presented by the Peterson Agency in Argyle, where your West Bend Mutual and Hastings Mutual Insurance agent Brian Peterson specializes in farm, home, auto, and umbrella policies. Checking out some Major League Baseball scores today in the wild card round of the playoffs. Let's check out the game between the Mariners and the Blue Jays at the final. The Mariners win 4-0 over the Toronto Blue Jays. Also in the National League wild card, the Phillies beat the St. Louis Cardinals 6-3. They go up 1-0. And this afternoon, the Cleveland Guardians beat the Tampa Bay Rays 2-1. In progress now, the Padres and the Mets. Let's see if we got a score on that game here. I'm just going to punch that in here. Padres, Mets, and the Padres are leading the Mets in the third, 3-0. Shoebox scoreboard updates brought to you by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. How many thousands of pairs of shoes do they have in stock? Do we even have time to mention them all? We do not.
Way too many.
I can just assure you there are thousands and thousands and thousands of pairs of shoes. They got them all in stock and ready for you at the Shoebox in Black Earth. Matter of fact, where was I? Oh, yeah, I went to Wisconsin Dells last Sunday. Drove right by the Shoebox. It was on a Sunday, and the place was pretty busy there. Yep, they've always got something going on at the Shoebox in Black Earth. Let us now get you some more scores. High school football scores on our Peterson Agency halftime report presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth. Cuba City leads Fenimore 14-0. That is at halftime. Platteville leads Poynette. Homecoming at Ralph E. Davis Pioneer Stadium, Busch Lytle Field. Platteville leads 21-7 over Poynette at halftime. Also at halftime, sit down for this one. Darlington 34, Belleville 7. That's pretty much for the Swall Conference title right there.
Yes, it is.
Both teams will have a nice path to the playoffs coming up. And let's see, any other scores here? Yes, we do. The latest score we have, Potosi-Cassville leads River Ridge 7-6. That was in the first quarter. So you're caught up on the Shoebox scoreboard update presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Our game tonight is being brought to you by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Bimsfeld and Nate Snoko. They provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center. We want you to experience the difference. Also, our game is being brought to you by Farmers Savings Bank, your local community bank with locations in Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollandale, Ridgeway, and Mount Horeb. They offer competitive mortgage rates and provide exceptional service. Call or stop in to any location today. Congratulations to all area athletes from Farmers Savings Bank, member FDIC. And also brought to you tonight by Vondra Ag Service. They sponsor any field goals made in tonight's game. See Brady Vondra, your local Beck's Hybrids dealer in Platteville, to help reach your field goals. And West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling. West End Salvage handles construction and demolition waste too. That's West End Salvage of Lancaster. Let's give you a recap of the game tonight. 2 touchdowns scored by the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Platteville Collision Center touchdowns, if you will. First score coming in the first quarter. The Flying Arrows, a very impressive drive. It was the opening drive of the ball game. It was 15 plays, 76 yards in 6 minutes and 19 seconds. It started at their own 24. It ends with a Peyton Alvarado 6-yard touchdown run. And Murphy added the extra point with 5:41 to go in the first quarter. Dodgeville, they've had some promising drives throughout the game. They they got down to the 9-yard line of Lancaster. Actually, they got as far as the 6. A couple of penalties pushed them back a little bit. They did try a field goal, a 25-yard field goal, but then there was a penalty on that play, so they backed it up 5 yards, tried a 30-yard field goal. That was blocked. And that squished that drive. Second quarter, Lancaster, they got a touchdown with 34.3 seconds to go in the second quarter. They got the football near midfield after a punt. In fact, the punt was deflected.
Yes.
It was only a 6-yard punt. I'm going to mark that down. That was deflected. And the Arrows got it at the 49-yard line. Only needed 3 plays to go 49 yards. It was a halfback option pass. Peyton Alvarado took the pitch, ran to the right, wound up, and heaved it downfield to Taylor Williams, who caught it around the 5-yard line and cruised into the end zone for the touchdown. Murphy had the extra point, 14-0 Lancaster, and that takes us here to halftime of the Peterson Agency halftime report. That's what I was going to talk about on that play. Alvarado, who wound up and threw that football on that halfback option pass, and it was a thing of beauty. As Taylor caught at the 5-yard line, just backed his way into the end zone, and Alvarado showed he had a pretty good arm.
Yes, it was a beautiful spiral, hit him on stride, and he just walked right into the end zone.
So 2 touchdowns in the football game, both scored by the Lancaster Flying Arrows, and they are Platteville Collision Center touchdowns after the Arrows have had several first downs in the game, all brought to you by Happy Joe's of Lancaster and Galena. 14-0, Lancaster leads it here at halftime. You got anything for us there, Scott?
Yeah, I do. I got some stats here, but, just to mention that second touchdown, if Dodgeville would have been able to hold them and go in halftime down 7-0, they get the ball back. First, they had some good drives. You just don't know how this game can change, but that might have been the backbreaker for them. Anyway, Dodgeville stats. I have 12 rushes for 6 yards, passing 614, and 0 for 94 yards. They got 4 first downs, but here's the killer. They have had 9 penalties for 70 yards and 1 turnover, which was a fumble. For Lancaster, I got 18 rushes for 67 yards, 84 yards. There are 2 out of 6 for 60 yards and 1 interception. First downs 5, 2 penalties for 19 yards. For them, they've had 2 turnovers, 1 fumble and 1 interception, but it hasn't led to any points.
14-0, Lancaster leads here at halftime. Looking ahead, Wisconsin Badger football tomorrow. The Badgers take on Northwestern. Never a great place for Badger football. They've lost 6 of the last 7 at Dyke Stadium in Evanston. And this time around, the Badgers with a new football coach. Interim football coach Jim Leonard takes over for Paul Christ, who was just awful, winning 72% of his games, just absolutely unacceptable. And he was fired last Sunday. Green Bay Packer football coming up on Sunday morning from London, England.
Yeah, I might have to miss church for that one.
Yeah, we're not going to miss breakfast. 8:30 the kickoff, 6 o'clock the pregame against the New York Giants on 97.7 Country, WGLR. Badger football tomorrow. Pregame will be at 12:30 and the game time 2:30 from Evanston on 97.7 Country, WGLR. And then next Friday, hard to say this, it's the end of the regular season. Lancaster Flying Arrows go on the road. They'll take on Broadhead Judah, who were beaten last week by Adams Friendship. And we'll have that game next week here on 97.7 Country, WGLR, with a pregame at around 6:40, and the game time will be at 7 p.m. And then the playoffs get underway just after that.
Yep.
Hard to believe.
Lancaster wins tonight, they'll end. If Dodgeville wins, they are still a bubble team. You know, you're probably wondering how they can do that. If they can win this week and next week, they'll still have a losing record in conference, but they would end up being 5-4 overall, which would make them a bubble team.
It would all depend on how many teams have already qualified, for sure, and then what it would take then, how many teams it would take to fill the brackets.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier now to get in as a bubble team, just due to the fact of how many teams are playing 8-man football. So that does have an effect a little bit more than it did in the past years. But like I said, Dodgeville's got to win both these games to have a chance.
Also coming up, the Girls State Golf Championship at University Ridge Golf Course. Monday and Tuesday, the Lancaster Flying Arrow girls are competing in Division II. 8 a.m., the start time both days. And we want to wish the very best to Brianna Kirsch, Kate McWilliams, Evie Dianchand, Linnell Miller, and Paige Lowing, all competing for the Lancaster Flying Arrows in Division II in the Girls State Golf Championship. That's Monday and Tuesday next week.
Yeah.
Hard to believe that will be going on, and cross-country postseason going on, and also boys soccer playoff going on too. I mean, it's just crazy, all the things that are going on right now.
Fall is going by quickly. As a former educator, it's already the 8th week of school, which once you get going, it goes by fast, just
Boy,
like this season.
Does it ever, Scott? It really does. And before you know it, the basketballs will be bouncing on the floors and the wrestling mats will be laid out, and we'll be doing that here real soon.
Yeah, I like the wrestling mats on the basketball floor anyway.
Well, we'll have coverage of wrestling this winter and basketball on 97.7 WGLR. Football tonight being brought to you by Clare Bank with 8 locations in southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting high school sports. Clare Bank, well, they say, well, we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, experience the difference. Also brought to you by the Peterson Agency. Bringing you the Peterson Agency halftime report. The Peterson Agency, your independent agent, Brian Peterson, specializes in home, farm, auto, and umbrella policies. Culver's in Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville. And People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their 20 area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. As Scott had mentioned, the Dodgeville Dodgers will get the first possession of the second half. They will be going from left to right. They have not taken the field just yet. Lancaster has. They're getting their kickoff team ready to go. Still no movement from the Dodgers from their sideline, but we'll get set to go in about a minute here for the second half with Lancaster leading 14-0. Lancaster last week, a 28-12 loss to River Valley. That was the electricity in the air last week was something that was just unreal that we saw out of River Valley. Homecoming here at Lancaster. Not as many rolls of toilet paper were sacrificed here at Lancaster as there were at Spring Green last week. Do we have a penalty? You know, we had a penalty assessed on this kickoff.
Yes, we did. We have a delay against Dodgeville.
Well, I was wondering what that was all about. The referees threw the flag, so Lancaster will be kicking off from the Dodgeville 45-yard line. Not a bad spot to try an onside kick, if you will. It'll be Murphy kicking off. He only has to punch the football 45 yards downfield to create a touchback. Here's the boot. Line drive, end zone, touchback. Dodgeville takes over, 1st and 10 at their own 20. Well, I remember a few years ago, well, more than a few years ago, the Minnesota Vikings were penalized on the opening kickoff for being late. They're on the field and everything in good time, but they are supposed to arrive at a certain time They were late. Their bus got caught in traffic, and they were 15 minutes late. They were supposed to arrive at a predetermined time, and they were penalized as a result. And the kickoff came from like the 50-yard line. So here's Dodgeville working from left to right. 1st and 10 at their own 20. Trenton Riddell at quarterback takes the snap, gives, and up the middle, past the 25-yard line, past the 30, and upended short of the 35. Penalty flag comes out. LaCarter Walker, nice burst of speed up the middle. He got corralled by Devin Tiedrick. Penalty on the Dodgers, so we'll push him back 5 yards. See what the indication is from the official.
10-yard holding penalty.
In fact, it's actually a little bit longer than 10 yards. Scott was in the backfield, so it puts them back to the to about the 13-yard line. It's going to be 1st down and 17 at the 13-yard line. So 1st and 17 play coming up here. Back to pass. Riddell throws a little skinny post over the near side, and catch made and brought down immediately by Brady Oyen. And it's a pickup of just a couple of yards. On that catch is Sawyer Garthwaite for Dodgeville. He gets back the yardage that was lost to bring up a 2nd down and 10. And the line of scrimmage would be the 20. In fact, just past the 20, closer to the 21. With 11 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, 14-0 Lancaster leads. Wide side, the near side for Riddell. Man going in motion, that is Pitts, Matthew Pitts. Here's a rollout to the near side, and pass is dumped off and brought down immediately by Wolf. That was Matthew Pitts, who was the receiver on that play. But on the stop for Lancaster was Logan Wolf. And not much on that play. Maybe a gain of a yard. So bring up 3rd down and 9 at the 21. 10-14 and counting down, 3rd quarter. Lancaster 14, Dodgeville nothing. Wide side, far side. Now Jabs will be the receiver in the slot to the left. 2 receivers near side and 2 to the left. So double wide left and right. Now here's Pitts going in motion, goes into the slot, fake handoff, and now a rollout to the near side, and is throwing it away is Riddell. He had no option that time. In fact, that option was taken away from him. I think he wanted to roll out and then head back upfield, but coming up that time, coming up very quickly was Mitchell Wolf to take that away from him, and Riddell wisely just threw it away, threw it out of bounds to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, he couldn't set up the throw, and he was running out of real estate. Instead of giving up yards, he just throws it out of bounds.
Now back to punt is Joey Hunterbaum with Brady Oyen near midfield to return this kick. Here's the punt on the way, nearly blocked, gets it away. It's going to take a bounce at the 50, bounce at the 45, and the Dodgers will down it right around the 40. Noah Pitts getting downfield on special teams, and Lancaster takes over, 1st and 10. The officials are going to have to line it up here to spot the football. Looks like they're going to spot it right around the 43. They do. 43-yard line will be the line of scrimmage for the Arrows, leading 14-0 with 9:37 to go, 3rd quarter. Nolan Wolf in at quarterback for the Flying Arrows. Got Alvarado with him and another man in the backfield. I think that might be Dodgeville. Now it's low back there, and a pass over the middle and broken up. Intended for Mitchell Wolf, and the Dodgers read that one well. And on the coverage was Noah Pitts for the Dodgers to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he was right there. Pitts was right there, and was able to knock that ball down he was stride and stride.
2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. 9:33 to go in the third quarter. Lancaster leading 14-0. There's a give to the right side to Alvarado, and he crosses the 45-yard line and upended there to bring up third down. Isaac Duran, 5'11", 185, a sophomore, making the tackle for the Dodgers. Third down and about 7 from the 47-yard line. Arrows near midfield, trying to cash in and get another Happy Joe's of Lancaster and Galena first down. Here's a running play that's going to end up with negative yardage by Alvarado, and he's dragged down to the 43. Dragged down quickly by Joey Hunterbaum and others to bring up a punting situation. 4th down and 10 coming up, back of the 43-yard line. Galley will be in the punt. LaCarter Walker deep to receive for Dodgeville. Good snap. Galley kicks it. Kind of mishit it a little bit. Ball's going to bounce it around the 30-yard line, and it will be down there by the Arrows. So not much happening on both teams' initial possession of the second half. 1st and 10 for Dodgeville. And the line of scrimmage will be the 31-yard line with the Arrows leading 14-0. Our football tonight brought to you by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team. Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, we want you to experience the difference. 1st and 10 from the 31 for Trenton Riddell for the Dodgeville Dodgers. Now we have movement, and the Arrows look like they jumped offside unless they were drawn. Mensch and Henke, they went across the line of scrimmage, and they are called for offside. Give them a free 5, 1st and 5 at the 36-yard line for the Dodgeville Dodgers. Wide side, the near side. The near side receiver is Noah Pitts. Snap, give, Walker. Hesitation run. Now he's drifting into the backfield, all the way back to his own 30-yard line, and he's in trouble and still on his feet, bouncing off tacklers, still going backwards, and they smother him all the way back around the 20-yard line. That's going to be a loss of about 14 yards. The line of scrimmage will be the 22. They lost 14 yards on that run. And 2nd down and 19 will be coming up. Never seen a running play go backward that much.
No.
Whole host of Lancaster tacklers got to him. Mensch, Tiedrich, Esser, Gallinger, they all collapsed on him. 2nd down and 19, back of the 22. Pistol formation. Reddick back to pass, and now he'll throw far side, and it's broken up. On the coverage, Logan Wolf for Lancaster to bring up now 3rd down and 19 back to the 22. Well, Scott, I'd be remiss if I didn't make mention of this. Earlier this year, one of the greats passed away, the great Ray Heim, who, of course, a lot of people remember him as the coach at Platteville for many years, but even before that, he was the coach at Dodgeville.
Yep.
Yes, back in the 1960s, leading them to the 1963 conference championship. Ray Heim, who coached both at Dodgeville and Platteville, passed away earlier this year. Now here's Riddell, back to pass, and he has to throw the ball away. Now we get a penalty flag coming out. That might be for intentional grounding. He had Henke breathing down his neck, and he threw that ball away, and I think the officials, intentional grounding. They'll spot the football at the point of the foul and loss of down, so 4th down will be coming up, and this is going to set the Dodgers all the way back inside the 10-yard line, where they'll have to punt the football. Question is, where will they spot it? All the way back to the 5. It is officially 4th down and 36, back of the 5-yard line. And now here's Hunterbaum back to punt. Now the Dodgers got to run a player onto the field so that they'll have 11. And now they got to get that man set. They do. Kick, low line drive kick, and Oyen's going to grab it at the 41-yard line. Head upfield, 36-yard line, and then cut down at the 31. So the Arrows will come away with good field position here. Well, a series of events, Scott, have led to the Arrows to having this good field position, because Dodgeville's drive that time started at the 31. Then you had the 14-yard loss on that run. Then the intentional grounding penalty, putting them back at the 5. And then a low line drive punt, fielded by Oyen.
Great field position.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line for Lancaster. And they give Alvarado. Pounds his way through the middle, past the 30-yard line, and then grounded down at about the 26. A pickup of 6, 2nd down, 4 yards to go. Line of scrimmage, the 25. They break the huddle. Now Dodgeville is in as the quarterback, takes the snap, and he'll hand it off to Lowe. Lowe powers up the middle, past the 20-yard line, still on its feet, powers past the 10-yard line, and then brought down inside the 5. Colby Lowe powers his way through. LaCarter Walker on the tackle for Dodgeville, but that is one of the bigger runs this season by Colby Lowe. A run of 22 yards, and it's 1st and goal for the Flying Arrows. To the 3-yard line inside the green zone. That's presented by Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. Dodgeville stays in at quarterback. Takes the snap, running to his right, powers toward the goal line. Penalty flag comes out. One official says touchdown, but we have another official that threw the flag. Holding, Lancaster, no, touchdown. So a game that has been marred by numerous penalties. And wipes away what would have been Jacob Dodgeville touchdown. Holding, Lancaster, I'm sure is the call. The official marching the ball back. And he marches it back to the 14-yard line. 1st down and goal. Line of scrimmage will be the 14, so still inside the green zone. We have 5:35 remaining, 3rd quarter. Lancaster leading 14-0. Dodgeville still in at quarterback. Pistol formation. Now they run some misdirection with Alvarado to the right, breaks the tackle to the backfield, goes to the right-hand side, stood up at the 10, and escorted out of bounds. LaCarter Walker chased him out. Dodgeville comes over to the sideline. Wolf is there with him. The question here is, who's going to come in and play at quarterback? It'll be Dodgeville. Line of scrimmage will be the 14-yard line, will be 2nd down and goal. So really no gain on that play. Wide side, near side on 2nd down and goal from the 14. 4:44 to go, 3rd quarter. Lancaster 14, Dodgeville nothing. Dodgeville takes the snap. Penalty flags come flying out. And now a run to the near side, and running with it is Law, and he gets down inside the 5-yard line. Another penalty flag comes flying out, and 2 penalties on this play. That was an end around of Brady Oyen.
Yeah, they're going to be both against Lancaster. One's going to be holding, the other one is going to be a block behind the back. No.
Looked like a promising run by Oyen. Running from the short side of the field to the near side. But it's a penalty. I got to believe Dodgeville will take this penalty.
Yeah, they'll take the 10-yard holding penalty because that was at the line of scrimmage and it'll march them back. The other one was inside the 5-yard line, so they're better off to take the holding penalty. No, I take that back. It was a false start.
Well, the other penalty, though, Scott, was downfield. So, yeah, take the one that's at the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
So now, second down and goal. And the ball will be at the 19-yard line. Still inside the green zone. They got to cover 19 yards to get into the end zone. We got 4:28 to play, third quarter. Lancaster leading 14-0. Dyball will stay in and play at quarterback. He will be in a pistol formation with 2 setbacks with him. Snap, Dyball. Now he'll pitch out to the near side, and this is going to be Logan Wolf running with the football. Works his way off the edge left and picks up a couple of yards. Again, LaCarter Walker on the tackle for Dodgeville. It is a gain to about the 16-yard line, third down, goal to go. Line of scrimmage, the 16. We'll call it the 17. Now here comes Nolan Wolf into the game, presumably to be at quarterback. He'll line up at quarterback. Oyen in the slot right. Taylor Williams to the left side, back to pass. Wolf throws downfield under pressure, incomplete. Penalty flag comes out. This might be a roughing the passer penalty, Scott. Wolf is writhing on the ground. He got plastered, and he got hit hard by Mason Winch.
Yeah.
And that's going to be, I think it's going to be roughing the passer.
Yep. Roughing the passer, personal foul. I was surprised they threw it for how far they had to go on third down. I thought maybe they would run it. They have a great kicker and go for the field goal.
Well, that will put the line of scrimmage at the 9. They're still looking at Nolan Wolf. And Jacob Dyball is walking out toward the field. He's got his teammates with him. But now the question is just, what is the situation with Nolan Wolf? And the down marker changes the first down, too.
Yep.
So this could be, well, Wolf, they're stopped the game now for Wolf. He's got to come out. That would tell me Dyball will be in, and that's not a bad choice to have.
No.
Wolf is still down. So you don't like seeing this. Gallinger comes running out of the field. They will assist. Gallinger and Hankey, 2 of the tallest guys here, they're brought out to lift Nolan Wolf, and he's not putting any pressure on his left leg. And they're helping him over to the sideline. Boy, you just hope that just a little tweak or something, preventing him from putting any weight on it. So a penalty gives the Arrows new life and a new set of downs with a first and goal at the 8-yard line and the 9-yard line with 3:26 to play, third quarter, and Lancaster leading 14-0. And Jacob Dyball comes from the sideline, and he will play at quarterback. Brady Oyen will split out left. Mitchell Wolf, the tight end, splits out right. And Logan Wolf is in the backfield with Dyball, along with Peyton Alvarado. Alvarado to the left, so it's a split backfield. Dyball takes the snap, feeds it inside. Alvarado surges up the middle, runs into some traffic, and they get him down. Had to ping pong off a lot of guys to pick up just a couple of yards. Isaac Duran on the stop for Dodgeville. Let's see if they move the chain. They move the chain about half of a yard. Second down, goal to go at the 8. Clock running. 2:55 to go, third quarter. And this time Diebold takes the football, runs up the middle himself, and he cruises into the end zone. Touchdown, Lancaster Flying Arrows. It's a Platteville Collision Center touchdown. Platteville Collision Center on East Mineral Street. Jacob Diebold, 8-yard touchdown run. And Scott, that was aided by a lot of unfortunate penalties for Dodgeville.
Yes, it was.
I mean, it was set up by the short field, precipitated by the intentional grounding penalty. Now they'll go for 2. Diebold taking it, pitching out to the right-hand side. Logan Wolf gets the corner turn. He's into the end zone. 2-point extra point for the Arrows. It is Lancaster 22. Dodgeville, nothing. We're back after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and WGLR.com. Well,
Leah of the Leah Granville Agency, LLC of American Family Insurance. As your local insurance agency serving the Basketball and surrounding communities, my team and I are here for you. Call us or see us at our Basketball office or visit our website at leahgranvilleagency.com. We are here for your home, auto, farm, and life insurance needs. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly with me, my team, and American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, in Game 6.
22-0. Lancaster leads it over Dodgeville. 2:48 to go, third quarter. Here's the kickoff by Murphy, and the kick taken at the 15-yard line by the Dodgers, and smothered immediately at the 20-yard line. Mitchell Wolf got downfield and buried the ball carrier. Boy, was that number 69 for Dodgeville?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, for Dodgeville. On that return was Mason Winch, 5'9", 190, and a senior. Guy does it all. He's in the offensive line, linebacker, and then on the kick return. 22-0, Arrows, 1st and 10, Dodgeville Dodgers. They have it at their own 21-yard line with 2:43 to go here in the third quarter. A 4-receiver set here to the near side. Back to pass of Riddell. Loops it out here to the near side, intended for jabs, but overthrown. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, they've used Mason Winch before in the backfield, too, so he's accustomed to running the ball.
That's got to be fun to see him back there.
Yep, it's always nice to see a lineman get to carry the ball.
Dream come true. 2nd down and 10 at the 21. 2:38 to play till halftime, rather to the end of the third quarter. Riddell waiting for the snap, pistol formation. Wide side, near side, low snap, and then he'll give, and Walker will take. He'll work his way to the left, run into the body traffic near the far sideline, and down he goes. A bit of positive yardage that time for Walker. He'll pick up a couple. 3rd down and 8, and the line of scrimmage will be the 23. Long count. Here's the snap to Riddell. Back to pass. Pump fake now. He'll throw it long down the far sideline. Catch made. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, he dropped it.
No,
Now he picks it up. They're saying it's a fumble and picked up and then run down to about the 20-yard line. That is a catch by Noah Pitts. I thought he dropped that football. Well, at first he had it in his hands, and then it came out. The officials say, no, it's a catch. It's a fumble, so he picked it up and took it down to the 20-yard line. Holy mackerel, what a wacky play.
Yeah.
And it gives the Dodgers a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. That's a 57-yard pass, catch, fumble, and run. Now, here's a pass over the middle, incomplete, penalty flag comes out. I think we're going to have a pass interference penalty on Brady Oyen.
No.
Pass was intended for Jabs near the goal line.
I think it's pass
it's a
interference, but I think it was a catch for a touchdown.
It is a catch. Jabs caught it. Jabs caught it, and it's a touchdown at the 20-yard reception. So there is interference on the play. They declined the penalty, and Jabs makes the catch in the end zone to make the score 22-6. And now the extra point. Here is Mason Winch on the try of the extra point, and the kick is no good. Minute 18 to play, third quarter. Lancaster 22, Dodgeville 6. We're back after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR.
Fly your team flag. Down he goes. Another sack. You will jump around and rep your Cardinal and white Bucky gear. He's going all the way. It's Badger football. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Let's go. 6 more on the board for the Wisconsin Badgers. Join us Saturday. The Badgers are back on the road to take on Northwestern. Our coverage begins at 12:30.
This is Matt LeFay. Don't miss Badger football tomorrow on 97.7 Country WGLR.
This week is National 4-H Week, and it's a great opportunity for 4-H clubs to share their love for 4-H with others, recruit new members, and also thank those in the community that have helped support the 4-H program. 4-H provides kids with opportunities to develop the skills they need to create positive change in their lives and communities. This message is sponsored by Mullins Milk Service. They've been hauling quality milk in Grant and Iowa counties since 1974. When you want quality, it comes from Mullins Milk Service in Montfort in Game 7.
Back at Lancaster, a minute 18 to play, third quarter. Lancaster leads Dodgeville 22-6. Had a little bit of a delay. We had a player that was down near midfield for Dodgeville.
Yeah, he had the cramps and needed to be stretched out. He looks okay. He ran off the field.
That was Forsythe who cramped up. So, 22-6 on a touchdown reception by Jabs, and now here's the kickoff. Lancaster lets it bounce, and it's going to be Brady Oyen picking it up, running up the middle of the field, 30-yard line, and gets stuck at the 31-yard line. Boy, nice open field tackle by Parker McVeigh for Dodgeville. And a 1st and 10 for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. You know, quite frankly, Scott, I didn't even see Jabs make that catch because he was interfered with.
Yeah. He caught it. The interference came before the pass, and he was able to outreach his defender and haul it in.
22-6, Lancaster leads, a minute 13 to play till the end of the third quarter. 1st and 10 Arrows, they have it at their own 31-yard line. And here's Dieball pitching it back down to Oyen. Oyen is going to throw it, underthrows it, and the pass is caught by Mitchell Wolf, and he's wrestled down at the Dodgeville 40-yard line. Dieball pitched it back to Oyen. Oyen then launched it, and Mitchell Wolf caught it at the 39 of Dodgeville, 1st and 10. So we've seen a little of everything here. And just in the last couple of minutes, 1st and 10 Arrows. at the 31. Dodgeville taking, giving, low, hammers his way through, down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. They got Dodgeville back in at quarterback because of the injury to Nolan Wolf and Lull in there at halfback, and he grounds out yardage to about the 33. Second down, 4 yards to go. They snap it, and this time it's going to be Lull running to the left-hand side. Waits for a couple of blocks, and then he gets chopped down at about the 31. Here comes a penalty flag thrown from about 25 yards away. Boy, what in the dickens was happening there to throw that flag that far? Going to be a Lancaster penalty. The official in the backfield spotted something. Spotted a foul on the interior. And they're going to push the football back to about the 43. All in all, will be second down and 12. Back to the 43-yard line of Dodgeville with 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That's the end of the third quarter. Lancaster 22. Dodgeville 6. Fourth quarter next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and WGLR.com.
Dodgeville hands off to Alvarez. Alvarez up the middle, and he's tackled right around the 39-yard line for a gain about 4 yards.
We'll get to a shoebox scoreboard update in just a second. Third down and 9 now coming up at the 43, and now here's Dodgeville pitching out to the near side. Wolf takes 35-yard line and gets stood up at the 34-yard line. Host of Dodgeville tacklers in on that play with Noah Pitts leading the charge. Also is Matthew Pitts for Dodgeville. And he also got some help from Joey Hunterbaum. It's going to bring up fourth down, fourth and about 5. Line of scrimmage will be the 34-yard line of Dodgeville. Decision time for Lancaster and Jordan Rowland. Dodgeville will come out onto the field. He will direct this fourth down and 5 play. Oyen to the left. Mitchell Wolf to the right. Split backfield, and Dodgeville takes it, now gives it to Low. Power straight up the middle. First down, arrows, and upended at about the 27. On the tackle for Dodgeville was LaCarter Walker. And a first down for Lancaster, another Happy Joe's of Lancaster and Galena. First down for Lancaster, keeping this drive alive at the 27-yard line of Dodgeville. 10:15 to play in the ball game, and the Arrows leading 22-6. Arrows come out with Taylor Williams and Oyen to the left. And hand off to Alvarado. Cuts up the middle. Now he breaks to the outside left, and he picks up first down yardage and spun down right around the 14-yard line. Alvarado showing some great speed, especially for a guy that didn't play last week because of an injury. And another Happy Joe's of Lancaster and Galena, first down for the Flying Arrows. nose of the football at the 15-yard line. After that pickup of 12. 9:40 remaining. Clock running. Taylor Williams splits out right, and we have a stoppage. And it looks like a trainer is coming out of the field. He wants to talk. The trainer wants to talk to one of the officials. I think the trainer detects something with one of the players. Trainer is still walking all the way over to the far side of the field. And now wants a little bit of a conference with one of the players. I think that the trainer wants to take one of the Dodgeville players out.
Yeah, he was laying on his back after that play.
That was Jack Heimrell.
Yep.
They take him out. 1st and 10 from the 15. So good recognition by the trainer saying that Heimrell needed to come out. Now Dodgeville takes the snap and handing it off and working the way to the right side down to the 10-yard line, still on his feet, is Alvarado and brought down near the 10. Who else? LaCarter Walker. I think, you can't discount Walker for a Scrapper of the Game award tonight because he's been on practically every tackle. 2nd down, 5 at the 10-yard line inside the green zone, presented by Bitech Resource Management. Dodgeville takes the snap, works his way to the left, and run down near the 5-yard line. Dodgeville showing good speed and the ability to stay on his feet despite the recent ankle injury, and he has yardage down to the 3-yard line. It is 1st down and goal for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. 1st and goal from the 3, 22-6, the Arrows lead it. 8.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Oyen splits left. Mitchell Wolf to the right. Dodgeville takes the snap, steps back, now runs up the middle and runs into a brick wall and treated rudely by the Dodgeville Dodgers. They didn't take too kindly to him trying to score a touchdown there.
No, I think he was trying to hand it off, but his tailback got ahead of him, so he had to take the ball.
Dalen Rickard wrapped him up. 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line. Dodgeville, pistol formation, takes the snap, gives it to Lowe. Lowe into the middle, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Colby Lowe, a 3-yard touchdown run. And that's a Platteville Collision Center touchdown. Platteville Collision Center on East Mineral Street in Platteville. Lowe, 3-yard touchdown run. It's 28-6, Arrows. They'll line up for the extra point. Swinging gate starts out on the left, and now they line up on the right. Murphy to try the extra point. Different holder this time. Snap down, and the kick is blocked. That ball came out of there really low. Taylor Williams, different holder because Nolan Wolf was injured. And the extra point is blocked. 7:42 to play. We'll keep it here. 7:42 to play in the game. It's Lancaster 28, Dodgeville 6. Our football is being brought to you by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team. Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, experience the difference. Claire Bank, with 8 locations in southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting high school sports. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Also brought to you by Culver's in Dubuque, Galena, Platteville. And also brought to you by Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles, a caring approach with 2 locations to better serve you. Lancaster Dental Associates. And D&D Electric in Lancaster, specializing in industrial wiring, maintenance, install, and control. Flying Arrow proud, that's D&D Electric of Lancaster. And People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their 20 area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com member FDIC. 28-6, Lancaster leads Dodgeville. 7:42 to play in the ball game. Here's the kickoff, and taking it for Dodgeville was Parker McVeigh. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 35-yard line, where McVeigh went down. (28-6) is our score. Lancaster out in front. See if Dodgeville can mount something here. Last time they got a touchdown drive. Took a couple of goofy plays to make it happen, but they got it done. Here's Riddell in a pistol formation, a 4-receiver set to the right, single receiver to the left. Riddell back to pass, under pressure, throws far side of the field. Catch made by Walker, and that was a difficult catch as he came back for the football around the 30-yard line and driven out of bounds. It is a gain to the 30-yard line. Second down and 5. Coming up on 7 minutes to play in the ball game. Right side, near side. Double wide left and right. Back to pass. Riddell throws over the middle. Incomplete. Getting a hand on the football was Logan Wolf for Lancaster. It's going to bring up third down. 3rd and 5 from the 30. Lancaster with the last game of the regular season next week. Broadhead Judah, the opponent, leading the way in the SWC. Wide side, near side on 3rd down and 5 for Riddell. Now he's going to go under center. Drifts back the pass, rushes on, flushes to the right, throws, catch made, and then out of bounds short of a first down. That was Joey Hunterbaum, the receiver, but he only got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 5. I think Dodgeville might as well go for it here.
Yeah, with only 6 minutes left to go on the clock, they're down by 3 scores. They need to do something. It doesn't pay to punt.
Apparently he didn't get out of bounds because the clock is running. 6:16 to play in the game. 4th down and 5 from the 30. Got to get to the 35. Riddell back to pass. Pressure's on. Henke gets to him, and the pass incomplete. It'll be Lancaster football as the Dodgers turn it over on downs. He had to unload that pass quickly as Henke was all over him. The Arrows will take over. Question now is, will Dyball come back out there to play quarterback because he's been nicked up? Nolan Wolf was injured. Let's see if I can spot him on the sideline. I don't even see him spotted on the sideline here, Scott.
He's got the jacket on with the crutches right next to him.
Crutches, that's not a good sign. Here comes Dyball. He will be at quarterback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Arrows at the 30-yard line of Dodgeville with 6:06 to play in the game. And I got to believe the Arrows will be simply happy to pick up a first down or two and a timeout call by the Arrows. 6:06 to play in the ball game. 28-6. Lancaster is leading. Football brought to you by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team. Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Snoko provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center. Experience the difference. We've got some other sponsors tonight. Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Hodsie Service and Towing of Montford, your trusted friend for service and towing. Hodsie Service and Towing, Montford, better equipped to better serve. The Cuba City Fire Department. They invite you to their annual pancake breakfast coming up this Sunday from 7 till noon at the Cuba City Fire and Rescue Building. First and 10 for the Arrows at the 30. There's a pitch to the near side. Alvarado's going to do it again. He's going to throw it downfield, jump ball, and this time it's incomplete. That time, 2 defenders for Dodgeville got in on the act and disrupted that pass that was downfield that was intended for Taylor Williams. Actually, it was Andrew Taylor who was the intended receiver, and it's incomplete. So Alvarado with 2, not 1, but 2 halfback option passes. Only one of them goes for a score. Second down and 10 from the 30. Dive-all, handing out to Alvarado. Big running room up the middle. Past the 20 to the 15. Slipped the tackle there. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Lancaster. Peyton Alvarado, a 40-yard touchdown run. That was a beauty, and it's a Platteville Collision Center touchdown. Platteville Collision Center on East Mineral Street. 34-6, Arrows, 5:48 to play in the ball game. And we have the extra point coming up, but we got a Dodgeville player who is cramped up at around the 15-yard line. Just another night at the office for Alvarado. He's thrown a touchdown pass. Now he's run for a score.
Yeah, it was nice to see him come back this week. They definitely missed him last week.
Yeah, him and Dive-all both. That was Forsythe again. He cramped up earlier, right prior to a kickoff.
Yep.
And he cramped up there. Looks like the Arrows are just going to go for 2 here because, again, their extra point kicking team is kind of minus a key player, and that's their holder.
Yeah.
Dive-all is in there to run the offense here on a 2-point try. Dive-all takes, gives, lulls, sweeps left, and cuts back toward the inside. He makes it to the end zone for the score. Lull. 2-point extra point as he gets the run. 5:48 to play in the ball game. It's Lancaster 36, Dodgeville 6. Back after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR and WGLR.com. Broadcasting from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, Mark Evenstad and Scott Toltzman, 36-6. Lancaster leads. Here's the kickoff, and Pitts is going to take it at the 15-yard line on the near sideline. Cuts toward the middle of the field, gets hung up at the 15, and he is brought down by Taylor Williams. Shoebox scoreboard update. Oh, we got a bunch of scores here. Okay, here we go. Let's run them off here. Fourth quarter, Cuba City 28, Fenimore nothing. Cubans are going to get their second win of the year. Final, Southwestern East Dubuque 50, Pecatonica Argyle 7. Final, Potosi Cassville beats River Ridge 27-13. Wow, it's kind of a, can't really say, I want to say that's a surprise, but it really isn't a surprise.
No.
River Ridge is good, but Potosi Cassville's good too.
Yeah, both teams are solid.
Dodgeville's going to call a timeout here with 5:40 remaining in the game, 36-6. Arrows lead.
Yeah, they called timeout. They didn't have a running back. They were short and they were running out of time, so they had to call timeout.
After 3 quarters, Platteville leads Poinet, the Pumas. They became the Pumas here about, maybe about 8-10 years ago. Platteville leading 28-7. And Davey Tomlinson, author of a really great Poinet softball program there.
Yep.
After 3, Darlington leads Belleville 34-14. Black Hawk Warren leading Benton Scales Mount Shuldberg 44-0. Ouch. 1st and 10. Dodgers at their own 30-yard line. Here's a pass to a wide open receiver at the 40 to the 50 down the near sideline. He is going to score. Touchdown, Dodgeville Dodgers. It is Sawyer Garthwaite on a 70-yard catch and run to make the score 36-12. He was wide open, Scott.
Yes, he was.
I mean, once he caught the football, there wasn't anybody that was going to stop him. "70 yards on that play. They will go for 2. Here's Riddell, back to pass in the pistol formation, fires over the middle. Ball is ping-ponged around, and it's incomplete. Ball bounced off of several people, and it's incomplete. That was intended for Noah Pitts. Score remains 36-12, 5:28 to play in the football game. We'll keep it here.
Well, if they want any chance right now, down 24, they're going to have to onside kick it here.
Well, yeah, if nothing else, Scott, experience the onside kick. You know, find out what you can do to make it happen so that next week when you play your final game of the season, you can maybe possibly try it, see if you can recover that too. It's always good to try these things out. That, special team plays. Try a field goal when, you don't think it, it might not matter, but try it to see if you can be successful at it.
That's right.
I mean, you can try it all you want in practice, but the fun is when it's successful in a game. Lancaster is thinking the same thing. They think, we don't think you guys are going to kick it downfield. We think you're just going to pooch it here. So the Arrows have 9 guys up between the 50-yard line and the 40-yard line. The kickoff specialist, Jack Heimroll, well, he was, of course, he's listed as a kickoff specialist. Yep, they squib it on the field, on the ground, but the ball is not going to go 10 yards. Doesn't reach the 50. The official comes running in there and says, I detect a penalty. I'm going to throw the flag here because that ball didn't go 10 yards. Now the Arrows, they do have the choice. They can tell them, kick it again. But obviously they'll just take the football here.
Yeah, but I would take the football and pretty much work on the clock and run it out.
Now the officials have to get together and ask themselves, what's the penalty on a kickoff that fails to go 10 yards? I think you just simply get the ball at the spot where it stopped.
Yep.
The referee calling everybody over and said, here, let me make the announcement. Lancaster to improve now to 6-1. Check that, 6-2. In fact, they're actually going to mark off some yardage. They'll move the football ahead 5 yards, and the Arrows will take over 1st and 10 at the Dodgeville 43-yard line. And Dieball will come back out and play at quarterback. He was supposed to play rather sparingly tonight, but now pressed in the service because of the injury to Nolan Wolf. In fact, it's unknown who is the third-string quarterback. Gibb, Alvarado, cuts to the left and gets stopped at the 40-yard line and driven back. Winch on the stop for Dodgeville. Second down, 7 yards to go at the 40-yard line. As you said, Scott, the opportunity just to run down the clock. You probably won't see any passing plays here. Try to pick up a first down. In fact, if they can pick up one first down, I think they can run the clock out.
Pretty much. I mean, if he uses the play clock to run it down before he snaps it, they should be able to do it.
Our game brought to you by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Second down, 7 from the 40. 2 setbacks in there with Dieball. Jacob takes the snap. Now he's going to run with it. Splits 2 defenders and wrestled down at the 39-yard line. Ball popped loose late, but Dieball got back on it. Now a Dodgeville player is slow to get up. And they're going to stop play for him. Third down coming up, 3rd and 6 at the 39. Other sponsors tonight, they include Community First Bank. Serving you in Boscobel, Fenimore, Lancaster, Livingston, Muscadet, Platteville, and Prairie du Chien. First for you, member FDIC. Myers Heating and Cooling. Serving Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. Mound City Bank's total line of credit, allowing you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in to Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. 3rd and 6 from the 39. They got the player off for Dodgeville. Dodgeville showing a run blitz. Long count for Dieball. He wants to just take advantage of the play clock getting down. The official in the defensive backfield hasn't given any indication yet. Usually they just count it off. Now he is. Now he's counting it off. And now Dieball takes the snap, hands it to Alvarado, right straight up the middle. There he goes. 25-yard line and dumped there. Pick up a 14 and a first down. A flying arrow first down. A Happy Joe's of Lancaster and Galena first down for the Flying Arrows. To the 25. 3.5 minutes to play in the ball game. 36-12. The Arrows with the lead. Football on WGLR. Being brought to you tonight by Bob's Electric of Dodgeville. They offer top quality appliances from GE, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and Speed Queen. When it's time to purchase or upgrade your appliances, check out the package pricing that Bob's Electric in Dodgeville offers. That's Bob's Electric of Dodgeville. 1st and 10 Arrows, 26. Handoff now and in and around. It's Brady Oyen. And he swings his way down to the 20-yard line. Another Dodgeville player a little bit slow to get up. That's Winch. He got pounded from behind that time. Now down inside the green zone. Arrows have it 1st and 10 at the 19 with 2:47 to play in the game. Also football brought to you by Farmers Savings Bank, your local community bank with locations in Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollandale, Ridgeway, and Mount Horeb. They offer competitive mortgage rates and provide exceptional service. Call in or stop into any location today. Congratulations to all area athletes from Farmers Savings Bank, member FDIC. Arrows taking their time. Now they break their huddle. Now we get a whistle. And Lancaster takes a timeout. Took a little bit too much time in the huddle. They realized they weren't going to get a play off. So with 2:18 to play in the ball game, the Arrows called the timeout, leading 36-6. Our high school football coverage tonight from Lancaster, Grant Regional Health Center, and People State Bank coverage of high school sports is presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling. Other sponsors, Raleigh Cheese, between Darlington and Shullburg. Nutrition World Health and Wellness. Cuba City Family Dental and Keeler Family Dental. The Shoebox in Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Vitech Resource Management of Monroe. Platteville Collision Center. Les Mack Chevy, Buick, downtown, and Les Mack Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, and Les Mack Ford. Lancaster. Tricor Insurance plan built for you, your family, and your business. Vondra Ag Service. West End Salvage. Also, Hazy Service and Towing of Montford, your trusted friend for service and towing. Hazy Service and Towing, Montford, better equipped to better serve. Second down and 3, just inside the 20. Ball is muffed, I think, and looks like Dodgeville. Did Dodgeville get the football?
Yep.
They did. Yeah, that was a muffed handoff between Dival and Lull, and Dodgeville got the football. We could not spot who got on it. Pile of players, and Dodgeville gets it on the turnover with 2:13 remaining in the game. So unfortunately for the Arrows, they don't get a chance to run out the clock. You got 2:13 left, 36-12. Lancaster leads. Our game brought to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz of the West End Salvage team for recycling. West End Salvage, they handle construction and demolition waste too. That's West End Salvage of Lancaster. First and 10, Dodgers, back the pass. Riddell swings it, far side. Catch made by Jabs, and then he fumbles the football. I think the Arrows got it before it got out of bounds. They did. They got it. The ball slipped loose, and Andrew Spurgeon was able to get to the football before it went out of bounds. So that is a turnover. And it's a turnover created by the Arrows. And we do have a turnover sponsor. Where'd that go? Turnover comes with 2:04 to play in the football game. And that turnover brought to you by Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles, a caring approach with 2 locations to better serve you. Lancaster Dental Associates. Now Lancaster calls a timeout. They're running out of time to get a play off with 2:04 to go. A rather sloppy end to this game.
Well, I think they were, Thibault wasn't ready to come in as a quarterback. They brought in another quarterback, but I think they decided to change their mind. And
yeah, probably Jordan Rowland is looking out in the field and going, hey, wait a minute, you don't play quarterback. Let's get a timeout. Let's get a quarterback in there. Football tonight brought to you by D&D Electric in Lancaster, specializing in industrial wiring, maintenance, install, and control. Flying Arrow proud, that's D&D Electric of Lancaster.
well, they're going to leave them in.
Well, this is going to be Quentin Plessel, who's going to play a quarterback, I think. No, he's coming out. Plessel was in there, and now he's running off. So now who knows who's playing at quarterback? We'll have to find out here after this play. Pistol formation, and it's a handoff to the middle, and nope, it's no handoff. It's going to be a keeper by Brody Krubel, who playing at quarterback. He is a freshman, 5'7", 140. And he is giddy and nervous beyond belief at the same time.
A little bit.
But hey, that's okay. You know, this is how really enlightening careers begin. Brody Krubel playing at quarterback. He wears number 16 for the Arrows. We'll go into pistol formation, take the snap. This time he hands off, and they run her up the middle to about the 25-yard line with 1:15 to play in the ball game. Now Krubel's going to run over the sideline, and he is going to come out. And Williams comes out. Let's see who's going to play a quarterback on this play. This might be Aiden Wilson, or it might be Brady Schmitz, one of the two. Well, now, Krupel's going to come back in. We're down to 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. So we got a whole host of other players coming on out here. And here is the handoff, and the ball is stolen away by Dodgeville. And they're running down the far sideline with it. And this is going to be a touchdown. Going to be a fumble return for a touchdown. Let's see who got it.
Flag on the play. Ball is recovered by number 88.
There is a flag on the play. Let's see if it's going to be on Lancaster or Dodgeville. That was a touchdown by Tavian McLinn. Or was that Jason Christensen, Scott? Was that 82? Jackson Christensen. Jackson Christensen with the return. About 80 yards.
Yep.
With 22 seconds to go. Christensen, an 80-yard fumble return. Extra point?
No.
No good? Or no, timeout?
No, it was a pass for the extra point. I'm sorry.
It was an incomplete pass.
No, it was a complete pass from Rydell to Pitts.
All right, well, that makes the score 36-20. So we've had a little too much happening in the last couple of minutes. It's been very sloppy. With 20.7 seconds to play in the ball game, and it's 36-20. Lancaster out in front, and we'll have a kickoff. We'll probably have an onside kick here. Probably have a recovery too by Dodgeville. They'll have another shot at it. Shoebox scoreboard will be coming up. We have a final, Platteville over Poinet, 34-7. Final, Blackhawk Warren pounds Benton Scales Mound Shullsburg, 52-8. I think maybe the Warriors were mad after getting pounded last week. Cuba City over Fenimore, 28-0. Those are all finals. All right. Well, we've had way too much happening in the last, 2 minutes? Stuff that we can't even describe. Here's the kickoff. And the ball is going to roll back to the 10-yard line, and the Arrows are just going to simply take a knee on the ball. Taylor Williams makes the recovery of the ball and downs it with 17.4 seconds to play in the ball game, and then we'll have one snap and get this one over with. Final score will be Lancaster 36, Dodgeville 20. Tell you what, Jackson Christensen, that's got to be the most amazing thing for him, to steal that ball away. I mean, he took it right out of, I think it was Plessel's hands, took it right out of his hands and ran it 80 yards for a touchdown. That's just exciting for anybody. Here's Plessel, takes a knee, and that's the end of the ball game. 36-20 is your final. Lancaster wins the football game. With the victory, Lancaster now is 6-2 overall, 4-2 in the conference, and they will take on Broadhead Judah, who came into this week's action at 3-1 in conference. Make it 4-1 actually in conference, and then 6-1 overall. And they were beaten last week by Adams Friendship. And with Prairie du Chien being undefeated, you would have thought that this game would be for the conference championship, but Prairie du Chien has done quite well with Prairie du Chien hosting Broadhead Judah tonight. So we'll get a score on that hopefully a little bit later on. If not yet tonight, we'll get it tomorrow morning. Final is 36-20. Lancaster wins. Stick around. We've got the Culver's Cool Down Postgame Show. Shoebox scoreboard update. Tri-Court Turning Point. Scrapper of the game. All that more coming up. And the drive of the game on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and WGLR.com.
And if you're looking for quality furniture that doesn't break the bank, you don't have to compromise. Because at Home Show Outlet, we carry beautiful and affordable furniture for any room in your home. Improve your night's sleep with the Aurora mattress by Restonic. And your choice of queen firm or plush top for just $5.98. Give the kitchen or dining room a new look with a 7-piece solidwood dining set by Liberty Furniture. On sale now for only $7.98. Or kick back and relax on a new power reclining sofa like the Trent by American-made Catnapper. Now for this special sale at the incredibly low price of just $9.98. As Home Show Outlet is the home of buy it today and take it today, we have the furniture you want that is ready to be enjoyed in your home right away. We also offer fast and friendly delivery to just about anywhere in the tri-state area. So if you're in the market for great furniture at a fantastic price, hurry in now to Home Show Outlet on Highway 20 across from Walmart under Hobby Lobby in Dubuque. In Game 10.
36-20, Lancaster wins over Dodgeville in SWC Conference high school football action. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports is presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling. I'm Mark Evenstad, along with Scott Toltzman, ready to bring you the Culver's Cool Down Postgame Show next on 97.7 Country and WGLR.com.
Postgame 4 minutes.
The All of Us Research Program is asking for people to help researchers make healthcare more precise by creating individualized prevention and treatment options. When you join, you'll share your unique health information and become part of the largest and most diverse medical research program ever. The more data researchers have, the more they'll be able to create better care for all of us. Introducing the next breakthrough in medicine, you. Learn more at joinallofus.org/WBA, sponsored by All of Us Wisconsin.
Tune in to the Southwest Tech Agriculture Farm Show with Bob Mittendorf weekday mornings from 5 to 6 a.m. Bob Mittendorf is the premier agriculture voice in the tri-state area, and he's teamed up with Southwest Tech to give you the latest agricultural news, markets, and a whole lot more. So don't miss the Southwest Tech Agriculture Farm Show with Bob Mittendorf right here on 97.7 Country and WGLR.com. Southwest Tech, this is where you belong.
If summer travel has taken the wear off your Toyota tires, now is a great time to replace those treads during the Tire Savings Event at Anderson Weber Toyota. During October, buy 3 tires and the 4th one is only $1. All Toyota tire purchases include their tire price match guarantee. Restrictions apply. See Anderson Weber Toyota for details. Buy 3 tires, get the 4th for $1 during the Toyota Tire Savings Event going on now at Anderson Weber Toyota. Next to Target in Dubuque. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Anderson Weber, you get more.
October is pork month, and WGLR Farm Director Bob Mittendorf wants you to bring home the bacon with the All-American Seamless Gutters and Dubuque Glass Company Bring Home the Bacon giveaway. It's your chance to win up to 15 pounds of locally sourced bacon from Bloomington Meats 2 LLC and Southwest Wisconsin pork producers. To enter, simply sign up now at WGLR.com. It's the All-American Seamless Gutters and Dubuque Glass Company Bring Home the Bacon giveaway from the only station in the Tri-States giving you a taste of hog heaven, 97.7 Country.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Times have changed since Mom first created Culver's Double Butter Burger Deluxe, but one thing sure hasn't.
Craig, what would you like to share for show and tell?
This is a butter burger. Fresh beef, never frozen, seared to perfection, topped with real Wisconsin cheese on a lightly buttered bun. Butter burger, butter burger.
Hungry? Stop in for one today.
It's time for the Culver's Cool Down Postgame Show, brought to you by Culver's in Dubuque, Galena, Pontville, and Prairie du Chien.
97.7 Country, WGLR, FM Lancaster, our Grant Regional Health Center, and People State Bank coverage of high school sports is presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling. Broadcasting from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, Mark Evenstead with Scott Toltzman. Final, the Lancaster Flying Arrows win over the Dodgeville Dodgers, 36-20. Welcome to our Culver's Cool Down postgame show. It's presented by Culver's. Culver's with locations in Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville. We'll give you our shoebox scoreboard, final updates. We'll come up with the drive of the game, tri-core turning point, scrapper of the game, and all that and more, along with Scott's numbers. Recap of the football game. First quarter, Arrows take a 7-0 lead as Peyton Alvarado runs 6 yards for a touchdown, and Michael Murphy added the extra point to make it Lancaster 7, Dodgeville nothing with 5:41 to go in the first quarter. The next drive for Dodgeville, they attempted a field goal, but the field goal was blocked, and the Lancaster Flying Arrows took over on their own 35-yard line with 24 seconds to play in the first quarter, but they fumbled the football on the next play, and that was the first play of the second quarter, but Dodgeville was forced to punt. Lancaster 3 and out. They punted the football. Dodgeville turned the ball over on downs, and Lancaster had to punt the ball. The Dodgeville Dodgers got it back with 1:59 to play before halftime. They were forced to punt. The punt was deflected, and Lancaster had good field position with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line, and 3 plays later, Taylor Williams catches a halfback option pass from Peyton Alvarado, 41 yards, the scoring play. Williams from Alvarado on the halfback option. Murphy added the extra point. It's 14-0 Lancaster, and that was the game at halftime. Third quarter, Dodgeville with the football after a Lancaster punt at the 31-yard line. Then there was a penalty giving the Dodgers a 1st and 5 at the 36, but on the next play, a running play, Walker was bounced around and tried to evade tacklers and got tackled for a 14-yard loss. pushing the football back to the 22, and then on a passing play on third down, the Dodgers were called for intentional grounding, putting the football back at the 5-yard line. And Dodgeville had to punt the football from the end zone. It was a poor punt. Arrows took over at the 31, and they needed 7 plays to go the 31 yards, and Jacob Dodgeville scores from 8 yards out. And then Wolf added, it was Logan Wolf on the run on around the right end for the 2-point extra point to make it 22-0 Lancaster with 2:48 to go in the third quarter. Next drive for Dodgeville, they get a 20-yard touchdown pass from Riddell to Jabs. The kick failed, and Lancaster led 22-6 in the final moments of the third quarter. Fourth quarter, Colby Law with a 3-yard touchdown run. The extra point was blocked. That was because they had a different holder there. The Arrows had Taylor Williams in the hold because Nolan Wolf was injured in the game, and he went to the sidelines. We saw him with crutches on the sideline. So they were minus one of the key members of their extra point team. So with the kick blocked, Lancaster led 28-6. Later, Dodgeville turned it over on downs. The Arrows took over at the 30, and Peyton Alvarado scored on a 30-yard touchdown run. And Colby Law added the 2-point extra point with a run to make the score 36-6. Dodgeville wasted no time as Garthwaite hauled in a 70-yard touchdown pass. Was that a touchdown pass or a fumble return?
No, touchdown pass.
Touchdown pass, okay. Yeah, okay. Garthwaite, a 32-yard touchdown pass. Then the try for 2 failed, making the score 36-12. Lancaster simply trying to run out the clock, but Jackson Christensen had other ideas. He ripped the ball away from Plessel playing at quarterback, I believe, or check that. That would have been for Lancaster. That was Brody Krubel playing at quarterback. Ball got ripped away from him by Jackson Christensen. He ran it 80 yards for a touchdown. Pitts catches a 2-point extra point, and that made the score 36-20 with 20 seconds remaining in the football game, and that is your final score. 36-20, Lancaster wins over Dodgeville. What do you got, Scott?
Well, the final stats really show the difference in the game when you look at it. For Dodgeville, they had 14 rushes for a -6 yards. Passing-wise, they were 14 out of 27 with no interceptions for 259 yards. Turnovers, 2 fumbles, but the penalties was a huge difference here. They had 14 penalties for 133 yards. Now, Lancaster, they had 42 rushes for 226 yards. In the air, they were 3 out of 9 with 1 interception for 9 yards. They had 12 first downs, 6 penalties for 49 yards, 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and 1 interception. So it wasn't a clean game.
No.
By no means. Injuries have affected Lancaster a little bit, and when you look at Dodgeville, it was costly penalties.
Yes, it was, especially that succession of 2 plays in which they lost 14 yards on a running play, followed by an intentional grounding penalty. They lost a lot of yardage there, and they ended up having to punt the football from their own end zone, and it was a poor punt, and Lancaster took over with great field position, and they took advantage of that for a big score.
Yes.
So there you go. Lancaster winning by a final of 36-20 in SWC Conference. High school football action. Shoebox scoreboard. It's brought to you by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Let's check out some of the finals. One final is Southwestern East Dubuque 50, Peck Argyle 7. final from Platteville. The Platteville Hillmen, a successful homecoming. They win over Poinet 34-7. Final, Blackhawk Warren pounds Benton Scales Mount Shuldburg 52-8. Cuba City shuts out Fenimore 28-0. Cuba City, a shutout win over Fenimore 28-0. Potosi Cassville beats River Ridge 27-13. That's the second year in a row that Potosi Cassville has knocked off River Ridge in a key game. After 3, we don't have a final, but Darlington defeated Belleville. Darlington was winning over Belleville 34-14. And that should do it as far as the scores on our shoebox scoreboard. Let's check out some of the baseball finals. We had those just in our midst just moments ago. We do know that the Cleveland Guardians were winners over, I believe it was Tampa Bay. I had the list. I had the list of the games that were being played tonight in Major League Baseball. The playoff games. They were the first round wild card games that were being played. Let's get those out here. I had those just a moment. Here we go. Yes, Cleveland over Tampa Bay, 2-1. Philadelphia beats St. Louis, 6-3. Also, the Padres and the Mets. Padres and Mets tonight. Padres win, or Padres are winning 7-1 over the Mets. That game is in the 8th inning. And the Mariners and the Blue Jays. They were playing in game 1 of the wild card and a final. The Seattle Mariners win over the Toronto Blue Jays 4-0. So there's your finals of the wild card round of the Major League Baseball playoffs. Coming up tomorrow, Wisconsin Badger football. Badgers take on Northwestern under their interim coach, Jim Leonard. Pregame at 12:30. Game time will be at 2:30. Green Bay Packer football coming up on Sunday. The Packers take on the New York Giants in London. Cheerio! And we'll have the game on 97.7 Country WGLR with the pregame at 6 a.m. And the game time 8:30. Enjoy your cornflakes tomorrow, or rather on Sunday. And let's get to the Tricor Turning Point, Scott. Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Turning Point?
I really, the second touchdown by Lancaster, the halfback option pass by Alvarado, right before half, I mean, that was key to put Lancaster up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was a big play. Yeah, Taylor Williams hauling that in, and Alvarado shows that he's got an arm on him.
Yep.
That was a great, well-executed halfback option by the Lancaster Flying Arrows. That's the Turning Point, brought to you by here we go. Brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Drive of the game presented by Les Mack, Chevy, Buick downtown, and Les Mack Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and Les Mack Ford on Highway 61 North, Lancaster. Custom order your new vehicle today from Les Mack, where you always get more from less. Drive of the game. Well, Scott, that first touchdown drive by Lancaster, 15 plays, 76 yards. Alvarado, 6-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. I mean, that almost took up 7 minutes of the game, and it showed that Lancaster came ready to play.
That's the drive of the game, brought to you by Les Mack. The scrapper of the game. That's brought to you by West End Salvage, the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out, trying to lay the opponent to waste, sponsored by West End Salvage of Lancaster. I got a couple of people in mind, Scott.
So do I. I would say Duvall and Alvarado.
Definitely Alvarado. He ran for a touchdown. He threw a touchdown pass. Yeah, he had a big game here tonight, Peyton Alvarado. And how about on the other side of the football, Scott? I think I called his name about 20 times on tackles tonight. LaCarter Walker for Dodgeville. He was terrific on defense tonight. Walker, 5'8", senior, 165 pounds. He was in on every play, it seemed like.
Yeah. I coached him as a freshman and sophomore. He's got a lot of energy, a lot of go. He never wants to quit. I mean, he is a very good athlete, and he was all over the field tonight for him.
He's a scrapper, and one of two scrappers of the game, brought to you by West End Salvage. The opponent the players whose scrappiness stood out trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. We had one field goal attempt tonight, brought to you by Vadra Ag Service. See Brady Vadra, your local Beck's hybrid dealer in Platteville, to help you reach your field goals. That field goal attempt was blocked tonight by the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Anything else here? Of course, we've made mention of the Bitech Green Zone Shoebox Scoreboard, brought to you by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. And we also had a couple of turnovers tonight that the Lancaster Flying Arrows were able to take advantage of. And those turnovers brought to you by Lancaster Dental Associates. See if we can find that here and get that out, tell you all about it. Yep, Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles, a caring approach with 2 locations to better serve you. Lancaster Dental Associates. I'll wrap up our broadcast for tonight. Next high school football game coming up next Friday night. It'll be Lancaster at Broadhead, Judah. Scott and myself will have the pregame at around 6:40 and the game time Friday night at 7 o'clock on 97.7 Country WGLR. Thanks for listening. The final, Lancaster 36, Dodgeville 20. We thank you for listening. The preceding has been a Queen Bee Radio sports presentation on 97.7 Country WGLR and WGLR.com. So long, everyone. There we go.
Last 2 years were undefeated on JV. There's talent, but not enough.
Yeah.
And the best thing that happened to them this year is about 7 kids that never played football before came out. And they're big kids. Like the center, Pipcorn. He played soccer up to this year, and then they got 2 other kids that were able to. They could put it in the line.
Yeah, wait till those last few minutes.